welcome back. We're RxOliver and the gang. I'm back with Phil, Chris, Martin and Lee, and we're playing fearitself, Invasive Procedures Part 2. Part 2 of how many we don't know. Probably about 50 million at this rate, eh Phil?
About 3, I think.
About 3, okay. Yes, so without any further ado, let's kick this shit right off. Phil, take it away.
Okay, so so last session, you're all patients in a hospital, the Our Lady of Sorrow, rundown hospital that's on its last legs, due for closure. Works basically accepting overspill from county general that's in the city about a mile or so away from where this one's located. So you're all in here for various reasons. Whether anybody wants to recap, whether we need a recap on everybody's reasons for being here or not is up to you guys. But we kicked off, so the whole thing kicked off on the first evening when Herman was attacked by a naked madman who charged into the room with his testicles
attacked
my
private parts, no less, Phil. Right in my private parts. That's how we kicked off the scenario.
From his scrotum, where his testicles appeared to have been surgically removed, and he proceeded to attack Herman and attempted to wrench his testicles from his body instead. You later learned that this man was called Gavin Langley and was a resident, well not a resident, but a patient in Ward 4 on the top floor, which is the psychological ward.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows how he managed to get out, but get out he did. So after that eventful evening, the next morning, Roberta had a consultation with Dr. Drake, who is the resident doctor at the hospital. The only resident doctor at the hospital. He works under Dr. Haverley, who is based at
the other hospital.
Yeah, the county general at the main hospital. But yeah, so Roberta had a consultation with Dr. Drake. Let me just move this over here so I'm not staying off the screen. And a few things, so just a general consultation, nothing out of the ordinary. But during this consultation, she noticed a strange amulet that Dr. Drake was wearing that seemed that put Roberta in mind of a broken key. And she realized it had, because of her personal interest, she realized it has some occult significance, though she wasn't entirely sure what the details of what that might be. She also noticed that when Dr. Drake was talking about Dr. Haverley, he seemed either worried or maybe even afraid of Dr. Haverley from the tone of his voice. So after the consultation, I believe Roberta was talking to one of the nurses that usually works on your ward 3, and she learnt from the nurse that Gavin Langley, the man who attacked Herman during the night before, had died following that incident due to complications relating to his medication.
Shite. That's shite. That's not what happened.
But there was the nurse that was attending to Roberta and was supposed to be wheeling her back into the ward, was called away briefly, and Roberta happened to sneak in, catch a sight of Langley's body on a gurney in the morgue, and she snuck in and took a little look at the body because risk factor has been is it being curious? I think her risk factor is being curious. Fine. Oh, is it? Okay. It's not being curious. What is your risk factor? We can come back to that. But anyway, she snuck into the morgue and taking a peek under the sheet. To her surprise, she found that Gavin Langley had his throat slit. So meanwhile, the others, the rest of you, you managed to performed a little bit of distraction technique on the old guy that worked in the administration office, and a couple of you snuck into the records and managed to rifle through the records and found a few little interesting snippets of information. You found out that Gavin Langley was a German lecturer before suffering a breakdown, and that he's been a patient, or had been a patient, in Our Lady's Sorrow for several months. And he had recovered, almost fully recovered, several times before suffering a relapse, which is the reason for his extended stay. You also find that all of Dr. Drake's cases have to be reviewed by Dr. Haverley, and giving the impression that Dr. Haverley is keeping a close eye on Dr. Drake's work. There were also receipts indicating that Dr. Drake had asked for repairs to be made to the roof over the abandoned East Wing, particularly over the section where the old library is situated, despite the fact that the whole building is due to be torn down within sometime next year. And that, apart from one major event, is pretty much what happened previously.
There's one more thing.
Anybody has got anything they wish to add to that I might have missed?
Did we sneak into? We sneaked into chapel, didn't we?
You did go into the chapel, yes. Yeah, I did. Sorry, I didn't mention that because I don't believe there was anything of.
I don't think there was
anything of relevance, anything of note.
No. No.
Yeah. So.
And then we went back, and that thing happened.
Yes, and then of course on the second night, you you awoke, or some of you awake. Roberta was the only one who was actually still sound asleep. The rest of you were either still awake or were awoken by the noise of squeaking wheels of a couple of gurneys being wheeled into the room by let's change the scene.
Yeah.
By this fucked up monstrosity of a thing.
Where's my? I've not got it on here, have I? Let's move that.
By silent illnesses.
I swore in the first 3 minutes of the video, Chris beat you to it.
Yeah, I was going to mention that as soon as we started.
Yeah, I beat you to it for a change. We're getting demonetized. I'm doing it to my own videos at least. I'm not going to let Chris do it every time.
Oh, nice.
A couple of these fine ladies came into the room.
Sexy.
There we go. A couple of these fine ladies.
Oh, where's the music went?
Oh, well done.
Those are cool.
Let's get the proper sounds on.
Yeah, that's an eye view from Roberta's eyes.
And that's a blade thing in their hands, isn't it?
Yeah. They might not necessarily be carrying that when you see them. Nasty things. Yeah. So yeah, these two come into the room, wheeling these gurneys into the room, wheeling them up to the side, one to the side of Roberta's bed, one to the side of Herman's bed. So despite the fact that the three of you are conscious, none of you can move other than to move your eyes and perhaps slightly move your head a little bit. When you try and speak, you just can't. Just like just choke, gasp, but you can't speak. And they pick up the unconscious Roberta, put her onto a gurney, pick up Herman with her wide eyes and put him onto another gurney and wheel them out of the ward. And probably you, in the distance, you hear the unmistakable sound of the doors, like them old iron concertina, like wrought iron doors of the lift that serves as the centre of the hospital. And they're like the grinding, squealing noise of those being pulled shut, and the unmistakable sound of the motors of the elevator kicking in.
There's no possible way I can use like an athletics check to try and move or something. No.
You cannot move.
Not to
Cannot
mention,
move.
Phil, the unmistakable smell of shit from my
Yes, so
my
yeah, that's the point.
pajamas.
So, well, no, there is a strong from these these nurse creatures. There's this overpowering smell of disinfectant comes from them, and I think another interesting thing about them is that there's just like a kind of it's just a suggestion of a mouth, and you can't, although there's no. They're not sound of of them breathing. It's more like this mechanical rattling noise, like a broken down respirator.
Mm.
But more mechanical
nasty.
than me. But yeah, so you hear the sound of the elevator, like, and it slowly gets quieter till you can hear it no more. And at that point, the two of you still in the ward, you find you can begin to move again.
Okay. And we're both awake.
So you were both awake. The only person who was asleep was Roberta.
And she's gone, right? So
Yes.
two of them have gone.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's just you two. There's just Ed and Wendy. I wouldn't say Wendy. Wendy Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wendy Shaw. Yeah. There's just you, Ed, and Wendy left on the ward.
Okay. I would like to spend a health to get out of bed.
Okay, you may do that. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
So you
Okay.
struggle more, in particular this evening, as you to like force yourself out of bed. You have to grab to the point that you suddenly have to grab the side of your bed to steady yourself as your knees almost buckle beneath you. But once the room starts spinning a little bit, but once you steady yourself, take a moment, take a deep breath, you regain your stability and stand and like straighten up.
I kind of whisper over. Say, Ed, did you see that? Oh,
It's like, yeah, I was hoping it was some drug-induced nightmare, but I would say friends don't seem to be there anymore.
this is messed up. I'm gonna look around for some kind of like a melee weapon of some kind, like a part of a IV stand, something like that.
Oh, let me see. I mean,
Can I suggest you what
guess
will be
you
a
could-
nice improvised weapon that you might find in the hospital ward, Lee? A vase. There's bound to be a vase.
Yeah,
Flowers.
yeah.
That's a
a
big
vase
heavy
or
bastard
maybe
of a thing.
maybe a bedpan, something
Or
like
a
that.
bed
Yeah,
pan, Ding with the shitey.
You're not allowed flowers in hospitals now because apparently they steal oxygen, so you wouldn't find a vase in a hospital.
No
I know,
way.
innit?
That's
I
not true.
I got told off. I know I got told off. They were like, "No, it'll steal the oxygen." I'm like, "Okay, that sounds like science."
Is it that
Okay.
limited? The plants, they're going to take that last little bit of oxygen. It's precious.
Yeah, the plants
I
already
didn't
dying
realise there was
though.
an oxygen shortage in the hospitals.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
plants already dying though, so it's
generated
been
oxygen.
yeah.
Put them daffodils in the bin. I was like, "Happy Easter to you, bitch."
They consume carbon
Did
dioxide.
somebody tell you that on April 1st, Martin? But this movie club
Easter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry.
Bedpan's fine.
Yeah, so something else. I'll just let
Bedpan's a
me
good
tell you
one.
this while I remember. So if you remember last time, the information on the skills wasn't present on the character sheets. So now, if you click
Yeah.
on the name of a skill, it will bring up a window and it'll have a description of the skill and
That's
general
excellent.
and general like use of the skill.
So yeah, I'll take the bedpan. I'll say we've got to find them. We've got to go
I
down.
agree. Like, I think this hospital's a little bit suspect as well. I don't know if we should even bother like trying to tell another nurse about this.
No, we're gonna have to find them now. Come on, otherwise it'll be too late.
You're paid
If
for
we
it, man.
both grab crutches or something, will that help us walk? You know, if we get something to stabilize ourselves, or will it not make any difference? I'm thinking.
No, I don't think you. Like I say, once you take a moment, you feel steady again.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
okay,
move
cool.
slowly, in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So start heading towards the elevators.
Okay, so
Very
as you
carefully,
head,
looking out for lurch.
yeah, they like friendly, not strange-looking hospital porter
What was
at
his
all.
name?
He
Ralph.
was alright.
Yeah.
He was alright. He's the only one I trust because he looks like he has a drink.
That big
so-
Hodor guy. What was his name?
Yeah,
Was
the
it Alf?
Hodo guy.
Ralph.
Yeah, the
Was
one
it
that looks
Alf
like he
his
swallowed
name,
Hodo.
Phil?
You what? Sorry.
Was it Alf his name?
What was his name?
I think it was Alf.
His name
Can't remember.
is Alf. It is well remembered. Yeah,
Oh.
Alf. Not Alf Garnett though.
Hold on.
Right. So yeah, you.
Yeah. So I'm not getting in the elevator, looking at what floor it's gone to.
Right. Okay. So, as you leave the ward, you see there's the nurse's station just on the outside the ward, and let's see which nurse is it. There we go. Here it is. So there is Nurse Clayton on the station.
And she don't look shocked that these mystical nurses have run past. She's just like doing admin or something.
Yeah, she's just like head down, looking, either reading something or looking at paperwork.
As her head's down, then reading the paperwork, I'm going to kind of crouch down and like sneak past the desk, if you know what I mean, below
Okay.
eye level.
Okay.
Sneaky,
Okay.
sneaky. I love it.
So she like I say, she's otherwise distracted, probably half asleep. You know, not very exciting work, the night shift.
Yeah.
So I'll not. You don't have to make a check to get past her. So you easily bypass her, and the hospital, as you'd expect at this time, is almost completely deserted. You maybe see across the way. Let me just check the floor plan. So don't forget, I believe you can always go back and check the floor plan. We're on this particular screen, but you can manually
It's
go
on
back
the
and
tab
check the floor
at
plan
the
yourself.
top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's up here.
Yeah, so we're on Ward 3.
I can't zoom into it, however.
Yeah,
you
can
know-
you give us the zoom in permissions?
I
Phil?
can do that. I can do
Thank
that.
you.
I wasn't aware that was locked. There we go. You can pan it around and zoom it in with the mouse wheel now.
Thank you.
Yes, I can.
Better for the viewers.
Radio.
So we're on Ward.
Always thinking about
Two,
you viewers.
are we?
Always
Need any of these
you,
anymore?
viewers first.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to get in the lift, right, to go up, because the stairs are behind us, right? So we've
There
got
are
to get in
stairs.
the-
Yeah, so there are stairs on. There are two sets of stairs on the corners of each floor, on the bottom left and
and
bottom right
we're-
corner.
Oh, so we've either got to go back in the ward and go up these stairs,
Yeah,
or try and
so-
get in the lift.
Yeah, these maps they don't show all the detail
okay.
on. Yeah, so so like for instance, there's two wards situated on here. So there's probably there'll be like a corridor separating the ward with the nurses station between the wards, and there'll be a separate corridor that leads to the toilets that's in the top left, and same with the stairs. The stairs aren't going to be located in one corner of the room that you sleep in. They're just so you can either go out that way into the central area where the lift is, or you can head for the stairs, or whatever. It's entirely up to you. Like I say, I'm not to get past the nurse's station. She's otherwise occupied, so I'm not gonna require.
That's what I would like to do. The aim of it is, because it's the middle of the night and kind of deserted, I'm not expecting that lift to have moved from where they've taken it. So I want to look at like what floor it's on.
Okay.
By looking at the top of the lift, so you kind of see where it is, and then can try and take the stairs to that area.
Excuse me.
Which I'm guessing is Ward 4.
So it has so the checking the like, sort of like one of those arrows on the
sight, yeah.
dial kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is it's up on floor 3.
Yeah. So I obviously
The-
point that out without speaking, and then kind of point to the stairwell.
Are we
Okay.
gonna have to use like any health to get up the stairs? I'm just thinking if we should. Is that like too excessive to walk up and down stairs?
No, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Once you're up on your feet, unless you're doing something strenuous beyond walking, like so if you say if you
Okay.
started to run, then
No, we can take us
Okay.
time getting upstairs.
yeah, so you can so long as you take it steady, you can get up the stairs. Yeah. So
Yeah.
of course it's where if you just in case you whether you can remember or not. So the east wing of floor 2, which the floor which your ward
Outbounds.
is out. Yeah, it's sealed off. It's the old section of the partly abandoned section of the hospital.
Yeah, but we
Mhm.
found receipts for them. Me and Wendy found receipts for them getting it actually done up again, which wasn't a thing. Which we didn't. No, nobody had heard that was a thing. But then we saw receipts for that being a thing.
Yeah. So there's like to repairs to the roof on the east wing.
Yeah.
Righty. So yeah, like I said, the lift indicates that it has gone up to the 3rd floor, the top floor. So you backtracking back through the ward to the stairs?
Yes, I would, because it's drawing too much attention to call the lift.
Okay. If that what you want, if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll follow. Yeah, the only thing, I'd be looking for a weapon or like something, to take upstairs, or
Bedpan.
something that might break open a door. Well, something, because I reckon the door might be locked to go upstairs, so we might need something to pry it open,
Yeah.
like a stick or something. I don't know.
Question, Phil.
If you
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna sleep very deeply.
Yeah, I can't actually do nothing. I'm just talking to Phil because I get bored of not speaking. Phil, question: are the bedpans metal or are they shitty like cardboard things like we've actually got here in the NHS?
it is 2024, so they are.
We've got pissy
I'm
little
going to say
cardboard things here.
So it's an old hospital, so I'm going to say that they are the old metal ones.
Porcelain.
Yeah.
Normally there would be the cardboard ones, but it's an old.
Would you
it's
say
an old-
was that
old
porcelain? You
hospital.
said sound.
So Ed, I think you were talking about a crutch earlier, so maybe you can find a crutch. If you want to find something more substantial, then I think you would have to use something like preparedness.
Nah, a
That's-
crutch is good. Plus, I'm hoping Wendy does get a bedpan, because then if we get caught, I can be like, she needed the toilet. We couldn't find the toilet, and I have like a proper cry.
There's your
What is going to break down and cry?
They did bring their game brains today, Chris. I knew they would. I knew they were going to bring their game brain.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So anyway, so you backtrack through the wards, and picking up these things as you go down the corridor, and find your way onto the stairs. So the door to the stairs isn't locked because the lift isn't the most reliable. It's a necessity because it's the only way of transporting patients on gurneys and things upstairs up onto the other between the floors. But the stairs are constantly in use as well. Probably more so than would be in a normal hospital. So yeah, so you start heading up the stairs.
Yeah.
The lighting on the stairs is a little like the rest of the building. It's a little archaic, it's a little out of date. Some of the lights flicker. Some of the lights of the bulbs or fluorescent tubes, whatever they are, have gone out. And so you get patches of the stairs that's intimately lit and intimately in shadow.
Cool.
And it's maybe 2-3 switchbacks on the stairs to the between each floor, and after going round the first switchback of the stairs, you notice that the paintwork here on the walls has been neglected somewhat. It's flaky and it's peeling off and cracked. And as perhaps you're going up the stairs and you run your hand on the banister, the railing of the stairs, your hand comes away like pull your hand away, something on the railings, and it comes away and it's like this black, sticky, partially dried
Oh,
substance smear, like partially dried on the railings of the banister, and then you notice where the paint is peeling off. Beneath, instead of the white plaster, with that you can see beneath the peeling paint further down. Under here, beneath the peeling paint, the walls look wet, red, and it gives you
wet.
and it gives you the uncomfortable impression of peeling scabs.
Oh God. Oh,
Which it clearly
I'm gonna
isn't, of course, but
I'm gonna pick some of them scabs to see if there's something under it.
okay. So if you pick it away, the paint is thick and pliable, almost leather-like, and as it peels away, this wet stain on the wall runs down like a trickle of like blood.
I'll look at Ed, like kind of a bit unnerved.
Like, stop touching the fucking walls.
Wipe it off on me. Suddenly
Oh, yeah,
like
Ed backs away.
a
Ed
bit,
backs away.
wipe it off on me gown. Oh shit! Fuck! Oh, just stagger back a little bit to opposite side where the banister is. Just
Okay.
like fuck.
And then you hear a voice whispering
Mm-hmm.
somewhere just above you. You can't hear what it's saying, just this whispering voice.
Fucking freeze completely.
So meanwhile, where are we? So these two gurneys are wheeled out of the elevator on the top floor.
One of them's got a squeaky wheel.
Yep. So are wheeled out of the lift into an central area of the top floor, which looks almost the layout. It looks to be identical to the other floors. And you can see Herman. You can see the door, the sign above the door that you're being wheeled towards, and as the front of your gurney bangs into the door and pushes the doors open, you can just make out the words on this like faded old sign. It says operating theatre.
And I can't move or speak or do nothing, eh?
You can, so you feel your throat is starting to relax, and as you think of these, you try and you at first your voice is just a croak, but then as you try again, words finally start to come out, and although you can't move completely, you find you can shift a little bit. Though when you try and raise a hand, you can't. That's still beyond you.
Can't lift it. Can't.
And Roberta, as the wheel you in, and you see glancing, you're now able to crane your head back, and you can see the wheel Roberta in behind you, and she's still fast asleep.
Shit. So he's lying there. He can't even lift an arm. Can't even clench a fist. Somehow he's still got an awkward boner though.
Maybe so, yeah. Okay, and this is the room that they wheel you into.
soundtrack's fantastic, Phil.
They're definitely gonna change your sexes, like put one bit on another bit. That's what I reckon they're doing. Definitely.
Just human centipede style, just chop with a fucking wood saw and then sewn back on crudely.
Right.
They
So
could just be making us pizza.
Oh aye.
So they wheel you into this this disused operating theatre on the top floor, and then they these two faceless nurses methodically walk about the room with this sort of weird, twitching, almost insect-like movement, and they methodically move around the room, carefully stripping the dust covers from the equipment and stainless steel operating tables. Once they've done that, they wheel the gurneys to the side of each operating table and lift you gently onto the cold steel of the tables.
I like this one bit, man.
And there seems to be some sort of exchange between these two nurses. They're like looking at each other, and you get this rattling mechanical breath. And then they turn and walk back out of the room.
I'm gonna try with all my might, everything I've got in me to try and move.
Okay, so again, you can maybe move a couple of fingers and move your arm, but no, you can't. Not enough to like fit, to move yourself
I'm gonna shout
in any significant way.
Roberta, wake up!
Okay, so Roberta, if you wish, you can wake up.
You can wake up, Chris. Don't leave me to this
I'll
one.
wake up. I'll wake up.
Wake up,
Okay.
Roberta, wake up. Use my
Okay, so
psychic
you wake
powers
up
to-
and you find yourself in this operating theatre, this filthy, rundown operating theatre.
And we were
There's
in,
this-
we're in Ward 4, we're in the psych somewhere. We're upstairs.
No, you're not in Ward
We're in
4.
the abandoned bit.
Yeah, no, in the central area. You're in the central area. Just so if you look, I'll show you. In fact, I'll uncover it on the floor plan where you are. So that is an operating room. That is an operating room. That is an operating theatre, and that is an operating theatre on the fourth floor. So you are in
Okay.
this operating theatre.
Okay.
Pardon me.
How do I get back to the other page now?
Okay, not get back to it.
No, it's not. Got a tab at the top.
Let me.
When I'm on this one.
Okay, just a moment. Just have to get that out of the way. Put everybody back. Okay, I'll leave the other two where they are. All right. So yeah. So you come round and this place smells of damp and rot, and there's this strange sort of metallic tang to the air, but overwhelming this smell of shit.
Shit. Actual feces.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Good. Nobody'll notice I've shit my pants then. It'll blend in.
So around you, you can see the archaic equipment, decades out of date, as well as metal trays with a variety of various surgical implements, scalpels, needles, saws, arranged neatly on these stainless steel metal tables. But each is stained, rusty, blemished. And Roberta, you wait to this shot. You can make a stability roll because this is the first time you've seen this. So don't forget, if you're making a stability roll, you can spend stability points to give you a bonus onto that roll to help reduce the chance of help increase the chance of you passing the roll. But obviously, you don't want to spend more stability points than you would potentially lose. And in this case, you are only going to lose 1 stability point. So there will be no point spending extra points onto the roll.
Okay.
So if you click on your stability skill, it's listed under the general skills.
I think I done it right.
Let me see. I think you've done that wrong. Yeah, you did that. Let me put that back for you. Because you're on thing. I believe that's right. Let me put this. Let me check. Yep. So what you need to do next to the right of the stability skill in the general skills list, there is a large button that's got 2 dice on it. So you basically click on that button to roll the dice. The plus and minus buttons are for adding points to add a bonus to your roll.
Oh, the one that says test.
Yes, if that's what it says on your thing, it might be slightly different on your.
And it says spend. Do I spend 1 if I want to spend 1?
No, yeah, you could do, but like I said, there's no point spending. There's no point spending because there you go. That is a fail. Okay, so you lose a point of stability. So you can do that on the left hand side where you've got your stability. There you go. Excellent.
Does he have to act it out, like how he gets unstable?
No, because it's not. It doesn't have. It's basically just lowering your threshold. You don't.
Rusty knives.
Welcome to the scariest kind of horror movie, mate. Welcome. I fucking hate this shit. This is the worst genre of horror. This is the one that scares me the most. Saw and the Hostel and the Human Centipede, because there's. Apart from we've got something supernatural, but you know when there's nothing supernatural, there's no aliens or monsters, just a fucking psychopath with some fucking surgical tools. That's the ones that fuck me up the most.
Right. So you're conscious. Glancing to one side, you can see Herman, who is on is laid like you, in your hospital gown, on top of one of these cold stainless steel operating tables.
Herman, where are the others?
It's just me and you here. Those things. They dragged us in here. Just me and you, Roberta. Can you move?
I don't know.
Try to move. We have to get out of here. Look at this place. They're gonna do to us like they did to your man, No Balls. We need to get out of here.
So, can I try to move? I know I was sedated previously, but
so you try to move, but beyond. You can move your head a little bit. Obviously, you can move your eyes, and you can speak, and you can maybe just got a little bit of sensation that's returned. So you can. The most you can do is wiggle your fingers and toes, and move your head ever so slightly.
Herman, I can't move.
I can't move either. We need to do something. We're obviously drugged. How do you get out? How do you make a drug's effect go away faster? What do you do?
Definitely not shitting yourself anyway.
Too late.
Smelly bastard.
It's too late. I'm sorry. That's not all me. That smell, that's not all me.
So let's try looking at a character sheet here and see if we can we can do something.
Look for clues
right?
in the character
So-
sheet. Good idea.
Have you not
Yeah.
stolen any like amphetamines that you can take to buzz yourself up? You
Well,
look like the type.
I can wiggle my
Can I-
fingers and my toes, so I can't fucking
Well,
take any.
here's the thing: does the preparedness rule come into play here? Can you say I was prepared for this? Like I've got.
I was prepared to be kidnapped during my sleep.
Yeah,
at
I've got
night
some
time.
drugs in my
I
hand, balled
would
up in my
say
hand.
in
Some
this particular
adrenaline.
case, it would be highly unlikely. But even if you were, then the fact that you can't move would render it useless.
shrink. I never knew I had superpowers. Can I shrink?
That like using your
Is that the
being a
psychological?
shrink.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Using psychology on somebody
Uh,
or
I see.
psychoanalysis.
so
Any ideas, Chris?
What
Because I'm
about-
drawing a blank here, mate. Fleeing. I've got a 12 in fleeing, but I can't get up to flee.
the same. What if? Can I sense trouble? Can I like do that to like figure out where the horribleness is gonna come from?
Well, I guess you could. Where's the sense trouble thing? A sense trouble skill. Ability allows you to perceive, either with sight or senses, potential hazards to yourself and others. For example, hear the tread of psycho killer as he sneaks up behind your cabin. Yeah, I'll let you make a sense trouble roll if you want. I wouldn't bother spending any points. A little hint. I wouldn't bother spending any points on it.
It's not going to give you
And that's a
anything
fail
even if you
anyway.
succeed.
But that is a fail. So yeah, there's only. So looking around, you can't see anything
Can I roll an
other than what you've
athletics to
already
do a
taken in.
setup?
There's only one door. These set of double doors, like swing doors. So that's the only way that somebody's, if there's any trouble coming, that's where it's going to come from.
Roll athletics to do a sit-up, Phil.
Sorry.
Roll athletics to do a sit-up.
You can roll it if you wish.
Oh, is that me to try and actually sit up? Let's go. 1.
You cannot. You cannot.
Oh,
You're not even able to make this slight. Maybe raise your head off, maybe an inch off
This-
the table.
Herman guy's not got a single muscle on his body. He can't even lift
No,
his head
no.
up. No strength.
But no, you can't move. You just completely. Most of your body is just completely dead. You can't feel it at all. Or you got sensation in your face, in your hands, possibly possibly your forearms and your feet, but
I'm
no,
quite
you
tempted to just
no
go to
strength.
sleep.
Just your arms, everything feels like a dead weight. You can't lift it at all.
I feel like just going to sleep. I think that's
in the room. So you mentioned that there's surgical tools.
There are.
Is there any like drugs or anything like that
You cannot
that would look
see,
like drugs?
You can't see anything that looks like any kind of medication or anything like that. All you see are surgical implements.
No syringes.
Nope.
Yeah. That was
Nothing
our
like
only
that.
hope, some adrenaline or something, eh?
Nothing
Well-
like that. No like no canisters of oxygen or other gases or anything like that. Just the tables, these and these like I said, the trays with the surgical implements on.
And that means no anesthetic.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I'm hoping it doesn't come with that. I get the fuck out of here.
how close would you say that these surgical instruments are?
I would say at the moment they are pushed towards the edges of the room, so they're at least 10 feet away from you.
Oh, for
Well,
fuck's sake!
Well out of reach. Well out of reach.
Well, luckily I rolled preparedness before we started, and I brought dental floss in my pocket. I'm going to create a lasso and bring it to my... No,
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't reach the dental floss.
oh,
In your
fuck.
po- and your pockets are in your actual clothes.
We've got gowns on, like our arses are hanging out.
Unless it's
I've
in your
got
prison pocket,
fucking-
which is just going to make it hard to get anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so
I use Flitch.
I just like how the whole time in this whole scenario we're all just walking around with our arse hanging out. We've got that naked strip up the back where your arse crack just hangs out, like just for that pure humiliation. Like, right guys, you're gonna get some gruesome horror. You're going through hell here, and your arse is gonna be hanging out.
and then the door to the operating theatre bangs open,
Great.
and so back on the stairs.
Say, Chris, nothing. We came up with
Yes.
nothing, mate.
Frozen, completely
We're
frozen.
having a nice, comfortable chat about not people having their mouths and genitals sewn to each other.
Yeah, I barely dare to breathe. I'm just listening very intently at this whispering and trying to pinpoint exactly how far away it is, where it is.
So it sounds like it just directly above you, maybe on the next, the next switch back of the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and then it
Is
sounds.
Is it just Wendy that can hear it, or can we both hear it?
You can both hear it.
Oh, okay.
These like hushed. Definitely sounds like whispering voices, but it's either too quiet or too muffled. But you can't, for whatever reason, you can't make out any words at all. Not even a suggestion of words, but you can definitely hear this whispering.
I'm gonna try and lean my head into the gap between the stairs,
Okay.
to kind of get any kind of sight of what it is.
Don't get it stuck.
Okay. So as you do, you lean out into the and look up through the like narrow gap that runs up the
Yeah.
centre of the stairway. And as you do, the whispering stops, and for a brief moment, you could have sworn that you caught sight of sort of a silvery, greyish shadow silhouette that sort of seems to move with almost like a blur of movement.
Blur of movement.
Like when it moves, it blurs, and then it's gone. And as it disappears, as it's gone, you both have the overwhelming conviction that whoever it was, whatever it was, isn't there anymore.
Okay. There's no kind of sand check or eyes thing.
No. You don't. They don't come as often. Sand checks.
Okay. Okay. Just kind of whisper. What was that? Did you see it?
It's like, no, I said I heard something. I was like, did you see it go? Like, did you hear I didn't hear the door go upstairs.
I don't know what I saw. It was like a shadow, a silver shadow. We've got to go.
What, like go back to the ward or upstairs?
No, we've got to find them.
Okay.
God knows what will happen to them if we don't find them.
I'm gonna ready my stick more like a fighting stick than a crutch now, just in case I have to bop someone on the head.
Okay.
Yeah, sneak up.
So is Ed perhaps taking the lead then?
Yeah. I mean, I guess because I've heard a noise, can I like stealth it a bit? Which is infiltration.
Yeah.
Like I want to see if I can see. I'm looking for the door, and I'm looking if there is another figure up there. So.
Okay. Yeah. By all means, you make an infiltration if there's something to infiltrate against, stealth against. By all means, do.
And that's a straight roll, isn't it?
You can do it as a straight roll, or you can add points onto it. You've made the roll.
I got a 2. I'm guessing that's not great.
So you make your way. You take the lead, heading up the stair. Ed taking the lead, heads your head up the stairs, creeping up to the door. So they come to the top, which is the very top of the building. Stairs, very top of the building, and push open the door. There's some slight resistance, but yeah, the door. You push open the door, and it opens like the floor below. It opens onto a corridor that runs along past Ward 4, past the psychiatric ward.
Right. Okay. Kind of motion into the ward, kind of like that. And then as we're kind of going down the corridor, if there's an open area with the curtained cubicle things, start looking through them because we don't know where they are.
No. Well, like I say, yeah. So you head down this corridor. Like I say, it's you're not in the ward as yet. It's one that is like a corridor that runs along outside the ward because the stairs don't open directly into the wards.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Walls are still scabby, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. So you head down this.
Can we hear anyone? Because we know this floor's manned with the mental patients, right?
Yeah, you can hear the faint sound of the like faint beep of like monitoring equipment, the monitoring equipment which must be coming from the wards or maybe a private room or but yeah.
What about the anguished wails of mental people?
Well, I was asking, like, is everyone going like,
Yeah,
no, you don't hear.
Waiting for you to do an impression, Martin.
You don't hear any sounds like that. So you get so far, you get about halfway along this corridor, and then there's it branches. There's like a junction. You can carry on going ahead, or you can go round the corner, which presumably heads into Ward 4, if that's where you're going.
I would assume that they're on Ward 4, so I would suggest doing that. Okay.
So,
but really cagey because like we don't trust the hospital, so it's not like we want to go and talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to avoid running into staff.
Okay, so
I'm gonna tell me and Wendy to look like we're a bit more mental, like, and I'm saying with blood, when you're covered in blood, I think it'll be fine.
Blended a bit better.
So you're round this corner, so kind of like you're walking cautiously along this corridor, go around this corner. And as you turn into the corridor, it looks like you've walked into a derelict section of the hospital. To either side of you, empty wards, empty rooms. And looking back, there's just another corridor extending out behind you. No sign of the junction, the junction that you just came from. And you can make a stability check at that.
Hey,
yeah.
Twilight Zone shit now, boys.
Oh, okay. So that you lose a point of stability.
Low as fuck rolls, man.
Twos. That's 1 for yeah. There we go. Oh, that's a pass. So you do not lose a point of stability.
Finally, somebody rolled something.
So yeah, there's this derelict corridor.
So we can't go back down. It's like swallowed itself up with like.
So yeah, looking back behind you, you literally just walked around this corner. But when you look back, there's no corner. There's just this corridor stretching off, and this is kind of what the corridor looks like. Where are we? No, that's wrong.
Wait.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, you've not moved us. You just moved them, eh?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. So I can tell to Wendy said we're fucked now because clearly we can't go back.
You're not going to show the viewers, Phil. You need to move me to show the viewers.
Oh, go on then. Yeah, forgetting about that. Go on then. I'll be kind. I'll just move everybody. It'll be easier. There we go.
Oh shit.
Not keep in the dark.
I won't look. I promise.
Right.
It's like, Wendy, do you know anything about buildings changing into this type of like occulty stuff? Do you know cult stuff? You look the type.
I kind of hold my forehead like I'm disorientated. I said I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, well, you're a fucking load of help, then, aren't you, Wendy? I picked the wrong one.
I-
Can I?
I know
Can I
these.
try and calm Wendy down? Can I try and calm Wendy down? It's like with some form of. Oh, well, that'd be a shrink roll, wouldn't it? And I've got. nothing
It
in there.
would be a
Mm.
shrink roll, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not panicking. I'm just more like confused. I know hospitals, but never seen anything like this. This is fucked up. We're gonna have to find them. We're gonna have to be careful. I don't know how we'll get.
I'm gonna say we both need to be looking around for anything that could be used to attack, like anything that makes fire or anything sharp or fire extinguishers, like anything that we could pick,
Yeah.
even a brick or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah, anything more
Extinguisher's a good shout.
substantial, but I agree. But we'll do that as we go on.
Okay. So yeah.
So yeah, same deal. Looking for weapons, but also looking for rooms to try and find these to find our fellow patients.
Okay. So you move cautiously along this
Indeed.
derelict hallway. The walls, like I said, there's the paintwork is all the walls. The paintwork's cracked and peeling. Metal surfaces look like rusting, and there's like stains. What you presume must be rust, running down the walls from the ceiling, and it's that sort of reddish brown rust, like water runoff from rust that stains the walls and looks unnervingly like blood, but you're pretty sure it's.
I'm gonna
it's
touch it. I'm gonna touch it and then put a little bit on my lips and see if it tastes a bit like blood.
Yuck.
It perhaps
No,
tastes a little bit like blood.
Like
Yeah.
tetanus. We're like, have you had your tetanus shot first?
AIDS.
But yeah, it's
Wendy's got AIDS now.
Nah.
it's got a copperish metallic tang to it.
Does Wendy does she stop licking it, or does she go crazy?
No. I only put a dab on my lips.
As you do as well. As you do as well, as you smell it off, it's slightly viscous and it's red, but sort of almost streaked with like translucent
mucus.
yellow, like a bit like mucus.
I like show me fingertips that have got blood all over them. I'll say, this is blood.
Like you're the
Like
smart
my
one, aren't you,
hands trembling a bit.
Like
My hands trembling a bit as I do it. And I like
Wendy,
again,
I think-
wipe it off. This is blood.
I'm gonna
This
say
is
Wendy.
blood.
Wendy, I think you're quite a smart one, aren't you? You've been to sixth form and everything, haven't you? I'm gonna see if I can find like maybe like a cloth or something. Like
You find
wipe when even if it's dirty. I think Wendy needs to sort herself out. I'll try and find something clean.
I'm just wiping it on my gown.
Oh, you smoke. Yeah, but yeah, there's as you walk down this corridor, you can there's like bed sheets and discarded bandages and gauze, all either mouldering or stained caked with old like dried blood.
So I can't roll to find a clean one then, can I? Like on the
You
off chance.
look as you might, you cannot find something that looks.
Oh, okay.
That looks.
I'll have to be nice because my character, he'll like rip a bit of the bottom of his like gown off and the clean bit and give it to Wendy to sort herself out.
Okay.
Like a patch.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, clean up as much as I can.
So
yeah.
you're able to there's plenty like thing, equipment and various things abandoned in this hole. So it's quite easy. You quickly find something that you could use as a makeshift club. Part of
An old
stand or
moped.
a moped, a chair leg, or part of a broken broken leg off a gurney. But yeah, you can easily find something that would serve as a club, and then
Shaft
you
from the mop.
in the
That's what I want.
distance you hear somebody crying.
Me.
Is it someone we recognise?
It's me.
You don't know. You can hear this sobbing. Not even clear if it's a male or female, male or female voice.
Can we
Kind of look around, see if there's anybody around.
No, as you make your way down this hallway, the walls and all the rooms off to either side are derelict and empty, and some unnaturally dark. The light, the flickering light, what flickering light there is in this hallway doesn't even seem to penetrate the darkness of some of these side rooms.
Is there a map of the hospital on the wall? It doesn't say hell or anything now, does it?
There is no indication of where you are at all.
I'm gonna call out softly. Herman? Herman?
Do I hear that?
You don't. But yeah.
Shit. Started right. We're gonna have to move. I kind of
I think
look
we
at
should.
you and say, "Come on, we've got to go."
I think we should avoid the screaming unless we know it's one of our friends.
It could be one of them now. Let's go. They could be cutting them.
Was it just them that heard that screaming, or do we also hear the screaming, Phil?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't hear any of this.
So Wendy wants to follow the screamer. I mean, I'm not going to let her go alone, but I'm going. Do you know what? I'm going to let Wendy go first, though, because I.
Are you gonna let her go first?
Are you really a big macho man? Are you?
With your protective risk factor.
All right. Well, we'll go at the exact same time because equality and all that bullshit. So yeah, we'll go at exactly the same time.
You are not hiding behind feminism. Come on.
Right. Okay. So you pick up the pace a little bit and head down this corridor in the direction of this scream, this crying that turns to screaming, a chorus of agony and suffering. And you suddenly be running down this straight corridor, these side rooms, and then suddenly you run into a junction, a corridor going off to your left, your right, and straight ahead. It's just suddenly there on this junction. And
okay.
Ahead, you can see another stairwell.
Is the screaming still with us?
It seems to be coming from all directions, echoing back at you from the left, the right, and ahead of you, as well as from behind, the way that you've come.
I'm gonna yell out, "Herman!"
Anything?
Right, you hear this, maybe a brief pause in the screaming, and then it changes to help! Please, God, somebody help!
Tell us where you are!
Over here! I'm here! I'm here!
Obviously try and listen to where it is, pinpoint it.
Okay, give us a, that would be a sense trouble roll.
Sense trouble?
I guess that would be, I would guess so. That's the closest thing I can think of. Unless you want to suggest something else, I'm open to suggestions.
No, I'll pump a point into it.
Pump a point into it. Oh, and what a waste that was.
Oh, bastard.
So it seems to be coming from the stairwell.
Right. bomb down the stairwell.
Okay. I presume Ed's been heroically following on.
Heroically following behind her.
No, at the
Look
exact
at Martin, you know what you're doing,
Yeah,
Martin. I do
the
behind
exact keeping pace. So to pick up the pace, not to the point. Are you just to the point that you strain yourself?
I would say yes, because it could well be. I believe they're being operated on.
Right, very well. In which case, it will cost you both a point of health.
Look, I'm gonna say, for fuck's sakes, Wendy, just calm down now. I'm not as young as you are.
And you run
That puts
down
me
this.
to 2.
You run down this corridor, which it looks as almost as long as it does behind you. But as you run, you suddenly like there at this stairwell in this another stairwell, and confusingly at the bottom of a stairwell that like snakes up above you. And as you look up, the sound of these screams of agony and suffering echoing down from above, what you see is impossible. Looking up, you see dozens and dozens of floors above you, maybe hundreds, just as many, more than you can count. This hospital would have to be bigger than any skyscraper that exists to accommodate so many floors, so many wards, and the screams of pain echo down this stairwell towards you. It sounds like the screams of millions of people.
Wow.
Deafening.
Wow. I stop running, clutch my head,
And back in the theatre.
Oh.
and wibble.
So,
Right, Chris, can you think of anything to do but apart from cry? Because that's my whole plan right now. I'm going to start crying.
so
That's
the
all I've
door
got.
to the operating theatre swings open, and in walks a surgeon.
A surgeon?
Well, what's he look like?
Yeah.
Is it Doctor What's his dick?
Is it going to be the good-looking one, or is it going to be something with like saws for hands? I'm
So
guessing?
this is recognisable only as a surgeon, a doctor surgeon, from the garb that he wears, from the smock, the face mask, the headpiece with the reflective lamp. But he otherwise looks to have once been human, or at least resembles a mockery of a human form. This corpse-like mannequin of contorted, scar-laden flesh, wearing a blood-soaked medical smock and apron, with a surgical, in place of this surgical mask, is an ebony bird-like mask and a hood obscuring the rest of the head and face.
Can't see him because of calendar.
So it doesn't quite look like this guy.
Ugh.
Calendar's obscuring
You
it.
can move the calendar yourself.
I can
you
see
can
it on
move-
mine.
Yeah,
You can move the calendar. You can move it yourself. And close it if you wish. So yeah, so he walks in dressed in his surgical gowns, plastic gloves, his face hidden by a surgeon's mask.
What the fuck are we gonna do
It's
here,
like a
Chris?
weird bony bird, a nightmare, like a Hieronymus Bosch painting, if you're familiar with those.
It's my favorite type of painting.
Does either of you have humanities or history?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I
You don't
have
need
both.
to-
I've got natural
you don't
history.
No, history or humanities. You
No, I
don't
got
have to roll
history or
anything.
humanities.
It's an investigative skill, I believe. So, okay, so
Well, I have got humanities. I
you
got
have. Okay,
humanities.
very
I
good.
have.
So you both recognize this mask, or the style of this mask. It is a sort of mask worn by medieval doctors, like a plague doctor's mask. The kind of like the bird-like mask with the lenses for the eyes, and he wears a hood to cover the top of his head, the rest of his head.
Great. I want to.
And he's accompanied by another of these nurses who comes in twitching and jerking as she moves, following behind this surgeon.
Are we able to do anything yet other than cry?
You can you can talk, make as much noise as you want, but you can barely move. You can try and move. Maybe it's maybe
feel like
there's
wearing
some
off at all.
sensation has returned. Maybe it has.
I'm
Who
gonna try
knows?
and move.
Can I use bullshit detector on you?
Let's see. Okay.
On.
Okay. So I am going to say. So yeah, you feel your some life, some movement, some warmth come back to your muscles, your arms, your legs, and you're able to shift and like start to like almost manage to roll onto your side. And as you do, one of the nurse silently walks forward, places a hand on your shoulder, and as she does, 4 hypodermic needles burst from her fingertips, sinking into the flesh of your shoulder and injecting this dark fluid, and you instantly fall just racked with like rigor mortis, just.
Oh no way! So I'm still conscious.
And
I can still see and
You're
hear.
still conscious, but you just just completely frozen. You can't. Your hands like frozen like claws. And the surgeon walks to the side of your gurney, of the operating table that you're laid on. Doesn't say a word. You can just hear the sound of his breath inside this mask. And he bends over you, seeming to like examining you. Puts his hand on your chin, moving your head back and forth. Pulls your lower eyelids down. And then he takes a scalpel from the table and draws a deep line down the middle of your forehead. You feel this sharp pain, and you hear the blade cutting against the bone of your skull, and feel the blood, the like warmth of blood running down into and stinging as it runs into your eyes. And then he reaches for a drill. And you see this he raises this hand-driven bone drill, which he rests the point of the drill bit onto your forehead, in the place where he's made this incision, and begins to you feel and hear the sound of the drill bit grinding down into the front of your skull.
Wee.
And you just feel the vibration, feel like just like, and the
The
pain
handle's obviously squeaky as well.
and the pain is just intense.
Oh.
And as blood fills your eyes, you black out. So, Roberta, you watch with horror as you see this. Thankfully, most of it is obscured by the surgeon and this nurse. but you can hear these sounds, these cutting, grinding noises. Sounds like somebody like dragging a blade across stone. And then you hear this sawing noise, and you hear a clink, and see bone fragments being put into a metal dish on the table. And then the surgeon turns and approaches your table. Again, this surgeon like examines, checks your face, pulls down your eye, and leans in to the point that their mask, the point of the nose of their mask, is almost touching yours. And then stands back up. He takes a long steel needle from the nurse. And the last thing you remember is the needle puncturing your left eye.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
And
Nice.
for this cathartic experience, you can both make a stability roll for a 4-point loss.
And we can spend points. I've only got 3 points, so I can't spend points, can I?
Yeah, you can spend points. Yeah, you can't spend points so it takes you below 0, but you can spend points to increase your chance of resisting it. If you make this, if the roll is successful, you will not lose anything. If you fail the roll, you will lose 4 points.
Right,
Yeah.
how do I spend some points on a stability roll then?
So you use the thing on the right hand side in the skills in the bottom.
Right, aye.
Oh, Roberta, you
1, 2,
you don't
3.
lose anything. That's a success. You lose the 2 points that you spend, obviously, which it's automatically deducted. But yeah, you do. So you lose 2 instead of 4. Oh, you lose 4 points.
Wow.
So that is in addition to the points.
6.
In addition to the 2 that I spent.
It is indeed.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on -3 troops.
Oh dear. But luckily you're unconscious. The pair of you are unconscious.
Understandable when you've gone through an involuntary trephination, eh?
Aye. Yeah, it's about right, like, yeah. About where I'd expect to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you are stood at the bottom of this staircase that towers up impossibly above you.
Yeah.
And these screams of 100,000, 1 million people, tortured souls, echo down, deafening you.
Yeah.
There is no corridor. There's no corridor behind you anymore. All there is suddenly there is the staircase descends below you as well as above. Again, it disappears into the depths, going impossibly deep.
Just scream out at the top of my lungs, "What's happening? What's happening?"
Okay. And what's Ed doing?
Yeah, he thinks that, well, I mean, he doesn't know what the other guys are doing, but I'm guessing he should probably think. I think he's probably starting to think this probably is a dream or something, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, the whole corridor thing. So yeah, he thinks he's probably having a dream. So he might actually just have a sit down. 'Cause he thinks, like, maybe smack his face a bit, like try and get himself to wake up or something. Yeah.
Pinch yourself.
Okay. Let's have a quick look at Ed's sheet.
I've not got anything. I think apart from medic, but that's more about healing.
You
stuff,
can
isn't it?
go. You can make a shrink roll on yourself. So you've got. So you can still make the roll. You've just got no points that you can spend in it.
Okay, we'll see for fun, because that makes sense that you'd have a go. You got a 3.
Okay.
You successfully realise that none of this is a dream and you're actually in a
You're
fucking
actually
nightmare.
fucking
Well
in
done.
hell.
Yeah, and then he'll go actually crazy. Yeah.
You're
So
in
yeah,
actual
you're
hell,
sat
tough
on
shit.
this stairwell Wendy is just screaming at the top of her lungs, which just blends into this cacophony of screams coming from, echoing down from above you and now from below, and you're just slapping somebody. And with a third, fourth, fifth slap, you're like, you give yourself a mighty whack. And what are you two doing? What do you think you're doing? Just get and the nurse from your ward gets you back, pulls you up off the floor, where you're sat on your horse. You sat with your back to the wall of the corridor. On the floor, or just outside Ward 3. And she helps you both onto your feet. She calls an orderly to help with Wendy and escorts you both back to your beds.
Does Wendy still have all like the blood stains on her, or is she like clean?
There
Or
is
would I not
there's
have
a there's maybe a like, not doesn't look. There's like a dark brown smear on her smock, and as the nurse and the orderly get you back into your beds, you see Roberta and Herman sound asleep in their beds.
Right.
What?
Okay. I keep quiet. I don't really say anything. Yeah, because I don't know what's happening, and it's more shock than anything else. But I don't say anything around that. Just kind of like disbelieving what's going on and what's happened.
Ed feels great because he's like, oh, thank God it was just a dream. I don't need to worry about anything. Turns his brain off again for a bit.
I'm obviously kind of like shaking and a bit shook up and all that, but don't really say anything.
Am I back in my bed, or is that just him seeing that?
Sorry?
Am I back in my bed?
Well, you're asleep. You don't know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you're Wendy, you're shaking, and you're just like quaking, wondering what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
You're shaking, and it's there's your medication, and there's the nurse is shaking you awake. There's daylight streaming in through the windows. One the staff is going round, pulling, raising the blinds. And there's the sound of the daily sounds of the hospital all around you. The clatter of the catering staff bringing round breakfast, nurses going round administering the morning medication to people, taking the blood pressure, doing the just same daily routine.
Right. Okay.
Looking round, you see the other three in your three ward mates, if you like, just start stirring and opening their eyes and waking up.
Yeah. Need to change it to daytime hospital music.
Yes, we do indeed. Thank you for that. Thank you indeed. Let's do that indeed.
Where's the hospital radio? Dancing in the moonlight, everybody.
Okay. Rub my eyes and kind of like sit up, like as Ed said, kind of check the scrap of material that he gave me that I'd wiped everything on it. You know, see if it's there.
No, that's not there. No. Whether it was there.
And the gown is like a brown stuff.
Yeah, there's a brown stain, but it doesn't look like blood anymore.
No.
If it is blood, then it's no. If it was blood, then it's like days old. You know, it's old. But yeah, it looks more like just dirt or a rusty water stain, or it doesn't look like blood.
Okay.
and it's only
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's not like a big splotch. It's kind of just like a smear on your smock. We've just like as if you just wiped your hand.
Can-
So
Wait until orderlies go away, and then just say morning to these.
okay.
I'm gonna order just bacon. I go to the nurse. I'm like, I'm really hungry. Just give me only bacon because I need to get my strength up. Because he said he has a rough. So I'll tell her I had a rough night, and yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what were you two
Ed is-
doing? What were you two doing? I've told you before. You're not fit. You're not well. You need to rest, get your strength up. You're not fit to be wandering around the halls, particularly at that night time of night. Would you? What
I'm
were you
gonna be like
thinking?
you or one of your colleagues on minimum wage dosed me. I'm guessing it was an agency worker. I'm not judging anyone, but they dosed me and Wendy with something way too strong. So yeah, I think you need to have a word with
Well,
whoever's giving out the drugs and stuff.
I was on duty last night. And I can be
Well,
telling
I mean,
you
I might have to put a complaint in. I mean, obviously Wendy, isn't she? But look at this. This is not affected by drugs.
she just shakes her head. And by the way, I don't do breakfast. It's the catering staff.
Oh, is that you gonna be like? Oh, you being like that? I thought we were friends. Well, okay. He has a little male hissy fit and sulks on his bed.
So Herman,
Oh.
you open your eyes, and as you open your eyes, there's like sun, to the sunlight, bright sunlight, well, grey sunlight, because there is a blizzard still blowing outside. But you have a crippling headache, just right there in the center of your forehead. Just it's painful to open your eyes. You can feel it just all the way through feel it through your teeth. This intense headache.
I go back to sleep. Just hope it was all a dream.
And Roberta, you open your eyes, and it feels as you become fully awake. It feels like somebody's punched you repeatedly in the face, in the eye. You're convinced until you lean over to the bedside cabinet and look in the mirror. You're convinced you must have two black eyes, and then the memories of the night come flooding back.
Can I open the eye?
You can open your eye. You open your eyes, and you notice there's something off with your vision. Your depth perception, as you try and pick up a glass off the bedside cabinet, and you go to grab it, and you miss it 2 or 3 times before you finally reach a little bit further and pick it up. Your depth perception is off. But your left eye in particular is just really, really sore. And as you reach up, you suddenly realise that you can't see your hand in front of the left side of your face.
Fucking blind.
You can see perfectly well from your right eye.
My
yeah.
my head, do I
Half
feel any
blind.
scar? Do I feel any scar or anything when I put my hands on my head?
So yeah, as you rub it, you can feel there's a scar on your forehead. Yeah, runs across the vertical scar across your forehead. But as you feel it, it's not. You expect it to be like tender and sore, but it just feels like the trace of an old scar, long healed.
Fucking go back to sleep. Fuck this.
Yeah. Hey, are you all right?
Is that you, Bendy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something's
Are you
going
okay?
on. Something's going on. I wasn't here last night. They took us away, and we were in a weird, strange operating theater, and there was this fucked up surgeon man, and my head. They did something to my head, and now it just fucking hurts like hell. Where's Roberta? Is Roberta here?
Yes, she's here. She's here. Roberta, are you okay?
I can't fucking see you.
Can't see.
So she's saying that she's got a hand up, and you can see she's like, it looks like she's just sticking a finger in her eyeball.
So to us, the eyeball looks totally normal.
Sorry?
So the eyeball looks totally normal to us.
You can see, yeah, you can see she's
And
got,
she's
she's
just
got
going-
her eyes are open. She's got her eye open. She's like yeah, sort of like prodding at her face and like sticking her finger.
She's poking about as if there's not even an eyeball there, eh?
Hmm.
Where did they take you? We tried to follow,
Now,
but we couldn't find you.
if I like lost my cerebral cortex or my frontal lobe or anything, fella, am I still functioning? Or am I slavering? Oh.
Well, who knows? But you kind of like as you push yourself, the catering staff bringing you breakfast and the help you to sit up, and as you sit up, you feel pain in your sides, just above your hips.
Like kidney.
Yeah, around here.
Oh.
And looking down underneath your gown, there's a small scar on either side. But again, these scars look old, healed a long time ago.
Because I have them. I was reading them. Can I investigate in a minute as well? No, I was just checking the medic thing, and it does say that I can guess the type and origins of injuries, punctures, blah blah blah. So I'm like, if people start complaining about injuries, can I like get up and have a look to see if they are crazy or like, yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So Roberta,
Yep.
as you sit up as well, you feel the same aching sensation, and looking down, you see two identical scars in the same place.
But where are they? Where are these scars on the body? On the side, like.
It's kind of here.
Oh, like hernia scars. Like a hernia scar, like their groin.
Well, that general area.
Yeah. I like if they're in about my internal organs, basically, if they wanted in there.
But yeah, Roberta has identical scars.
I check if my testicles are still there, and I'm dead serious. By the way.
Yeah, they're still there. Yeah, they're still there. But yeah, so Ed comes over. You going over and checking these scars. Look, several years old. I mean, even the one. Yeah, you can tell that.
So I'm just like, I'll be like, yeah, like Herman, this is from ages ago, right?
No, I never had that scar. No, that scar's brand new. I never had that before, Ed. That before last night, I never had this scar, and this on my head, this is brand new as well. And you saw me yesterday. I didn't have this scar on my head yesterday, did I, Ed? What is this?
I guess I'll feel it. I said, I think that's your dickhead, and then I'll rub it. No, I guess I noticed that, right? I would have known him long enough to know he didn't have a mini scar on his head, and now he seems to have it.
Yeah, you don't think you remember it. I mean, he's quite faint. So
Mm.
it's easy not to it's easily missed from from a distance.
I'm gonna call Wendy over just to like feel the I don't know.
But it's right in the
Yeah,
middle of
to
my
confirm
forehead.
it.
It's obvious though. It's a big
Oh,
Harry Potter.
No, but Wendy might remember. I don't know, like your face, so it's not just me. You know, so, like Wendy, do you remember? Do you
I'm
remember
not
his face
getting
better
out of
than I
bed.
do?
I'm not
Oh.
getting out of bed. I'll say this is all messed up. They're gonna come for us tonight, Ed.
Yeah.
They're gonna come for us, and they're gonna do the same.
Haha, yeah, it's your turn. Haha.
What the fuck are we gonna do, Ed?
I mean, Ed is not only just now realizing it's maybe not a dream because obviously he thought it was a dream. But if everyone's is maybe cutting it on, I guess are you and Roberta telling us about what happened to you? Like if the nurse is gone, because you've not told us what happened.
Yeah, so I'll tell you that they took us away. We were in some operating theatre, and then they operated on us. They cracked my skull open and drilled into my skull. There was a weird doctor with a weird bird face mask, and he had old surgical tools, and he was drilling into my forehead with a hand drill, and this scar was from last night. This is brand new. I didn't have this before. And these
We can't let them get us.
They're gonna get you next. We need to get out of here
We
today.
can't let them get us.
We need to get out
We're
of here
gonna have
today.
We're gonna have to get out of here before tonight.
I launched myself out the window.
so Ed, when I guess you check over Roberta as well, and like I said, these scars like just above the abdomen, either side, they look
Here.
like identical
It might not be that mad an idea actually, just fucking failing
to
out the window.
to the ones that that Herman's got, but. Obviously, I presume Roberta probably mentions that she's feeling her eye. You've all seen her, like she's like just groping at her eye, just blatantly sticking her fingers in her eye, and her left eye is a glass eye.
Oh, like it is legit a glass eye.
She never had a glass eye yesterday
Yeah.
though, did she?
Well, so you look at a pick up a clip, the medical clipboard on the end of a bed. And like flip through, some of it you can't make sense of. It's medical jargon, but you have some medical knowledge. And there, amongst the papers, is a medical report from several years ago that speaks of a accident where a shard of glass penetrated Roberta's left eye, destroying the eye, and it was replaced with an artificial eye. It's like I say, it's dated several years ago. It's weirdly vague in places, and he only mentions Roberta's name once, and the signature at the bottom of the paperwork is cramped, hard to read, but it could be Haverly.
Knew it.
When you mention the medical documents, did you not inspect all of the medical documents the other day?
I did, but you didn't let me look at yours properly. So
But you did look at Herman's.
You were looking at mine.
Yeah, I think I looked at everyone's. Wendy only let me look a bit. You only let me look a bit, but Herman, did you let me look at yours properly?
Because I was like, if you could find out the problem, great. Because these guys can't work it out.
Herman's, I might remember more, right?
So there's nothing. There's nothing on the
Nothing new.
medical records that explain these scars.
Nothing explaining the
just
side
so I
or
can
the forehead.
Every Cthulhu-ish game I play now, I'm going to check everyone's. Have you got a glass eye? Can you tell me all recent operations you've had in the last 20 years? Just in case it comes up later.
Yeah. So on Roberta's medical records, there's this medical report of an incident where her eye was was damaged and had to be replaced with an artificial eye, dated several years ago. Oddly non-specific. Roberta's name is only mentioned once in the report, and it's signed by possibly Haverly. But as for the other scars, surgical scars, there's no medical history attached to their board, to their clipboards.
Does it say what hospital they had the operation or they were taken to? Like, was it this hospital or is it?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Like I say, it's strangely. It looks all official, but yeah, it's strangely vague. Details are. Some details are strangely absent.
I also need to rest because my character is. I'm guessing we didn't recover loads of health points
Yeah,
last
I
night.
don't recover my stability.
No, you didn't recover any. So you do need to take a some rest to recover health.
You're gonna fall asleep
Can I take?
to rest, and it's gonna be game over, mate, because they're gonna fucking come and get
No,
you.
no. I
Because
was
you'll never
gonna
be able to
say.
wake up
I was
again.
gonna say, could I take like 4 hours rest in the morning because then we can do investigating. And escape.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
there
but
is
you're an
something
old
about it. I'm
sick
just
man,
gonna,
though, mate. You'll fucking oversleep, and then it'll be night time, and you're fucked.
Well, shut up. You guys are all younger than me. I'm old. I've got 2 health points left.
If
so,
you go to sleep,
yeah.
that's you fucked, mate, because you're not getting back up
Okay,
again.
so if you get a full day or a full night of complete rest, you get 4 health back.
Okay.
Or you can, if you're mildly active during the day or night, you get you can get 2 health back.
Speaking of
Okay.
rest,
But it is don't forget it's capped at half of your maximum.
speaking of rest, has anyone got any objections to a halftime break?
No, that'd be fine by me.
No.
Coolio.
Yeah, man.
I don't need to rest because I've still got half my health because I had fucking slept all the whole time.
Right.
Oh,
I
thank
might
you,
have a
thank you.
glass
Sorry, yeah, that's it. I'm glad you mentioned that actually because I've forgotten one of the other effects of apparently having surgery. Let me just fairly.
Apparently having surgery.
Yes, you both have lost 4 health.
Oh, fuck off.
Uh-huh.
I don't have 4 health. What you on about? I've lost 4 health, Bill. I've not got fucking 4 health.
No,
I've only got
just
4.
Just so you're on 0.
That's
then.
me on 0. Cheers.
Now who needs a fucking rest? Yeah, you
Aye,
want a rest,
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I'd completely forgotten about that. Yeah,
Right.
as a
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah, complicated effect. One of the effects of the surgery is you've lost 4 health.
Right. With that, we're taking a break. Cheers, Chris.
So Oliver, because of your character is in negative stability and also on 0 health, that imposes 2 conditions on you.
Great.
So from your stability, you are now shaken. So you are terrified, heart pumping, knees quivering. You can't think straight. You can't spend points from your investigative ability pools. Difficulty numbers for all general ability tests increase by 1. And this condition lasts until you get back to 0 or more stability.
Great. Happy days.
You're also... I've just copied the same thing twice there. That's not good. You're also hurt because your health is between 0 and -5, which means this. I'll put it into a thing to you. Which means you are hurt. You've suffered no permanent injury, only a few superficial cuts and bruises. However, the pain from your injuries makes it impossible to spend points on investigative abilities.
Wow.
And increases the difficulty in numbers of all tests and contests, including opponent's hit thresholds by 1.
I'm goosed.
So you're in a bit. You're a bit of a weak and weedy hypochondriac to start with, but yeah, you're now in
I'm in a bit of a pickle now, Jits.
Yeah, a bit of a bad way.
Oliver, have you not got any medic points? Because then you can heal yourself a bit.
Right,
Because I
character.
can.
Oh, sorry.
I've-
Go on.
I have
Oh no,
got
I was just
medic
gonna, I can heal people a bit, but like once the points are gone, I'm fucked for that. Like
I've
because
got
I want to heal
yeah,
myself.
I've got some points in medic.
Oh,
So,
so you could heal yourself a bit, right? Like
Yeah.
patching
A,
yourself
cha-
up.
a character with a medic ability can improve your condition by spending medic points. For every medic point spent, you regain 2 health points unless you are the medic, in which case you only gain 1 health point for every medic
Oh,
point you
so it's
spend.
better to heal
The
somebody
medic
else.
can only refill your pool to where you were before the incident in which you received this latest injury.
Well, I can heal you a bit, but you're gonna have to swear on my badge that you'll heal me later. Otherwise,
Oh,
I'm gonna come and do shit.
You better believe it. You better
Like,
believe it, mate.
I'll remove your balls.
Pinky promise.
So don't you worry.
Pinky
Okay.
promise, Martin.
Okay. Well, yeah, because you're the worst out of everyone. I think. Yeah, everyone else is at least above 0, aren't they?
Yeah,
So,
I'm way more fucked than anyone.
So what minus are you? Because I can probably at least get you up to 1. Are you -2?
I'm on health. I'm on 0.
Right. So if I spend 1 medic point,
I'll be up to 1.
you'll get
No, I'll be up to
2
2.
health points. So can I do that, Lee? Do I have to roll anything, or do I just take the point off?
You just take the point off.
Okay, I'll take the point off then. So I'll, come and check you over because I already looked over and didn't trust your bruises. So yeah, I'll like heal you up.
Sweet. So I'm up to 2. How do I get my stability?
It won't let. How do I reduce my medic point? Oh, maybe I have to go on the edit screen.
Yeah.
That's me.
No, just do it. Just use the plus. Just use the plus button. Oop.
To use it. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then click on the dice roll, but you don't just to get rid of it. 'cause
Yeah.
it does, but
Okay,
it
there
doesn't
you go.
actually. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
Guess I'm gonna
holding
try and-
literally your. I'm gonna rub your ball so much that you get 2 health points.
So that cancels out the penalty from your hurt penalty then. So you
Okay.
can forget that one. You just
Yeah, I'm
got
good.
the shaken one.
Try and get some stability back is my next plan, I suppose. Try and get a hold of a book.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's my chance.
But
to
you
get a
won't
book.
lose this. You won't lose as much stability right now that you're not injured.
I'm on
Didn't you
-3
lose some-
stability though.
Oh, okay.
That's the worst one. I'm on -3 for that. But so I've got some sources of stability: a laptop, a book, and my sister. Now I can't. My sister's not at hand, but I might be able to get a hold of a book here.
You could ring your sister. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
I presume we've got someone we can talk to.
Yeah, I could maybe go and phone her.
There is a phone on the it's either on the ward or in the reception area.
But
I think
but-
I think there's like a payphone on each ward.
also get
Mm.
that would cost me a point of health to get up to use the phone. I could get a nurse to bring me a book in my bed and get lost in a book. That's one of my sources of stability.
One of us could get you a. Don't we have the Bible? Didn't we take a Bible? Would that count? I'm sure we said we had a Bible that we found. I don't know if we took it with us.
You could, I mean, but you can easily, there's they come round with books, so you can easily get a book. And that's whether
I
it
get
be
a
the
book?
Bible or whatever. But yeah, it's easy to get. Don't forget, they're only one-off things, so you can only use each stability thing once per game.
Once.
Yeah, I want to get a book if I can, Phil.
Yeah, that's no problem. Obviously, you have to spend some time to read it. So it's up to you. If you, I guess I would let you, since obviously if you're reading a book, then you have to be pretty much stationary. So depending on how much time you want to spend reading the book, I would let you regain some health doing that as well.
Okay. Well, I want to read it until my stability is in a positive number.
So it's up to you. You can to read the book to get a positive to get some stability back. It would take maybe half the day, which would get you two additional hit points back, 2 health back.
That's fine because it's their turn.
If you
under
spent the
knife tonight.
entire day resting, then you would get 4 health back.
Listen,
instead of
I
2.
am.
But you've already got 2 as well.
I wouldn't go all the way up to.
Didn't-
Yeah, I think I only go up to 6 was my maximum. No, I can go up 4 because I started at 6, I think, so I can go up to 6.
Yeah. Whatever half of your maximum health is.
Half,
Oh, well, then
right, so
can you
that's 4.
can you
Okay.
help? Can you heal me up a bit and spend one of your medic points?
I could
Then
spend.
it'll.
I could
yeah.
spend 2 if you could take 4 healing.
I could, but I feel that maybe I don't know. Do we want to save him a little bit, like in case we need him later? I guess it doesn't matter too much, does it? I don't know. Yeah, I definitely want one of them. So if you spend one, I'll at least get 2 points back.
Okay, I'll spend one of my medic points to heal up Ed.
Yeah. And
Right.
then I'm up to
So
4.
did I just press the wee button
yeah.
to spend it?
Yeah, you can do it that way. Don't matter about the roll.
Okay.
There's
You
another
can
way to do it. But,
Ed can take two then. You
Yeah,
have to come
so
to
I
me.
feel
You have
that
to come
because
over
we-
to my bed to do it. I'm not getting out of bed.
I love how Ed's the one who's the only one who can figure out how his fucking legs work. Like everyone else is a bit confused.
I'm fucked, mate. I'm going
Okay,
doolally.
Jenna.
I'm minus 3 points into the insane, mate. I'm 3 points fucking west.
This is why Ed's age group hate Generation Z, because you can't figure anything else out. Yeah, he'll get out of bed. Do I have to use a point to get out of bed? I'm guessing.
I'll be kind and let you
I don't mind. Ed can take it. He knows.
I guess he could
It's up
gently
to you.
just.
I'll leave it
Days
entirely.
off
I'll leave
work.
it entirely to you. But yeah, if you.
I will. No, I'll take one because that's the game. But I'm gonna give them all dirty little looks like. Ed knows he's gonna be the fucking first one down while they're all like getting confused. He knows what's gonna happen. But no, I'm happy. He's got 3 health points, and I guess if he's used that one to get out of bed, he's mobile for the day. Is he like general mobility?
Yeah.
You can go back to bed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll count for his thing for getting out. For getting up and about.
Right, can I take half
I
a day to rest and get lost in the book then, Phil? And
Yeah.
get some
So if
health
you
and
do
stability back.
that, so that'll take you to midday. So obviously that means you can't partake in anything that the rest of them do for the first half of the day.
So how much do
Can
I get back?
I want to talk to Wendy because I know she's pretty keen to basically fucking run out of this place.
How much do I get back for half a day, Phil?
You'll get your 2 stability points back from reading your book, and you'll get 2 health points back from resting.
Yeah.
Only 2, so I've got a -1. Okay.
So you're still shaken.
Yeah.
You have to get.
Wendy, you ready for us to do a fucking runner, or at least go downstairs and call your friend or whoever you can get stable with?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you said, I'm a bit shook up, and probably withdrawn a little bit. But yeah, I think Wendy's convinced that tonight is her turn. She's not intended to be here when it comes.
I think he's indestructible, but there's that little bit where he's worried, so I think that's why he's probably helping Wendy, because he's also thinks that he might be the one who'll be next. Yeah,
It's your turn.
Ed's ready. He's like maybe packing his bag a bit. He's definitely going to see if he can grab his badge. Not to use, but maybe to have it in case he needs it. He ain't leaving his fucking badge here for anyone.
Yeah.
I might discuss with Wendy like a plan as our fucking friend is literally lazing around reading a fucking book. I'll be like, don't strain yourself there. You have a good time. Me and Wendy will save the day.
I've got headphones in. I'm no listening to you. I can't hear you.
I bet you have.
Your
Fucking
history.
wireless bullshit headphones.
I will say, like these wounds they seem to be old. You said they were old, but how can that be when they happened last night?
Yeah,
It's something happening with his brain, with his memory or something. Maybe they are years old, and we just didn't know it.
I mean, I don't know. I'd say like, yeah, I looked over Herman, and yeah, he's the one that I think. I mean, I don't know about Roberta. She's bonkers, isn't she? But Herman, like, I did look over his chart and stuff, and I think it doesn't make sense. I think we at least need to get out of the fucking hospital. Like, we shouldn't be in this place at least.
Yeah. Do you think maybe we should tell the doctors, Dr. Angley or something?
I mean, have you told me that you know him a little bit more than?
Not especially, no. But I did say on the stairwell and that I feel like I know the hospital a bit. It feels a bit familiar.
I'm wondering if I'd encourage you to talk to him, because if you were just randomly saying him, I probably would be like, not. But if I knew that you trusted him a bit, I might encourage you to tell him, maybe.
I will definitely say, like, maybe we should tell Dr. Angley about it all. If we let him know there's something going off on that ward.
But like, call him, right? Not like get someone to tell him and wait. I think we should like call him and then run.
Yeah, it might be too risky to call him because they might be alerting.
Or we could call him after we've ran. Like, once we're out of the hospital, we can,
Yeah,
say.
call him once we're out. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I guess we can ask Roberta. Roberta, are you getting out of bed today, or busy again? Full
I'm
day.
not, by the way, Chris. I'm just staying in bed.
Oh, I know. I heard everything.
So, with this talk of leaving the hospital, Ed, leaving the hospital, would you be safe, and the other three would be safe? But what about the other patients? What about the children?
That's why we're gonna call
What about the children,
Dr.
eh?
Dudar. Yeah, we're gonna call Wendy's got my back. We're not leaving. We're like, calling. Oh fuck, I hate you so much. I'm like, okay, Wendy, call you a taxi, and I'll just guard the children with my machismo at the door. Yeah, he's right. I definitely would want to get Wendy out though. Like, I'd be concerned. So I would agree, but I guess maybe I wouldn't actually leave the hospital. Plus, we've got the one reading a book and the one with a gammy eye upstairs, so yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's gonna be us next. You and me. They're coming for us tonight. We can't stay here.
It's like
You're gonna be fitted for a glass eye if you stay.
Not my pretty blue eyes.
We can't fucking stay here. That's insane.
I might lie to Wendy. I'm definitely getting her kitted out to go, and I'm gonna, kind of agree with her. So I'll be following the procedures, but I'll probably try and get her in a taxi and then just like wave. Or a bus, whatever she wants. I don't mind.
So what are you doing then exactly? What's Roberta doing?
Well, Roberta's gonna take a half day to rest.
Yes, that's his style, Chris.
Very good. Very good.
Not a full day like last time, just a half day.
I've only got one health.
Well, I could heal you if you were a nicer person. I would have healed you, but I mean,
And I'm gonna play with my wedding ring and think about my husband.
Okay.
So that I can increase my stability.
Okay, so yeah, you get that use of that. You use up the use of that, so that gets so you and Herman spend the morning, just resting up then. So you will both get back 2 health and 2 stability. So meanwhile, then, Wendy and Ed, what are you doing?
Right. I'm gonna suggest we do rest up for today, an early evening after evening meal, and they've gone out. What we do is we find a way again into that second wing so that when these bastards turn up, we're not here. We're going to have to figure out a way of distracting the nurse. Is there a way we can, like, remotely set off the fire alarm or something like that?
I mean, I'm going to say Ed agrees you should rest. I think he'd do a little bit of work while you three are rested. Nothing major. I don't want to split the team up, but you might go and, like... He's concerned about the kids now because he's like... I don't know. Maybe he wants to check out the kids' ward quickly just to see, like, I don't know, if the kids are alright. Like, I don't know if they've got, like, all got glass eyes and shit. He might be a bit wary.
Okay.
Gonna go check
Yeah.
out the
Hey,
kids.
um,
Not sus
He's
at
gonna
all.
prod. I know, he's gonna prod all their eyes.
take some money and bribe one of the kids to come and disturb the nurse early evening, about 7 o'clock.
That is a good plan. Yeah.
Not money, sweeties.
Give the kids some sweets.
Sweeties. Aye, Chris. You...
Whatever's bribable.
Chris knows how to get kids in a van.
Bribe the kids to come and disturb the nurse about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find
Okay.
I'll find a cheeky Irish kid and give him a couple of pennies and ask him to come upstairs and give us
Okay.
give us a bit of a problem.
So you're gonna wander off down to the first floor and go to the and onto the children's ward, yeah?
Well, I'm not gonna just creep on like this. I might.
No,
just...
you're okay. It's fine to walk around. You know, you're welcome to walk around. Nobody's, you're not confined to bed.
You're okay.
You're okay to walk around the public areas of the hospital. That's fine.
Walks in now then.
Walking about pretending he's Jimmy. Fucking going up
Now
to these
then,
kids
now
and
then.
he'll fix it.
He's
No.
not trying to give anyone a wish. He's not making
then,
anyone
now
tell his
then.
name.
So that's what Ed's doing. What's Wendy doing?
Wendy, I guess Wendy is gonna buzz the nurse's buzzer and ask him if Dr. Haverley's coming round today.
Okay. Radio then. So let me just find my place. There we go. So yeah. So Ed, you after you've had breakfast, seen to it, had this discussion, seen to everybody else, you ease yourself out of bed again and potter off down out of the ward and down onto the ground floor and head over to the children's ward. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So meanwhile, Wendy, you buzz the nurses, and let's see who is the nurse that's on duty now, because they will have changed shifts. It will be Miss Dampier, Una Dampier. So yeah, Nurse Dampier comes. Says, yes, what is it, Wendy? What is there a problem?
I need a consultation with Dr. Haverley. I've been here. Nobody's really seen me, and I kind of need to be discharged. I'd like to speak to Dr. Haverley if I can.
Right. While you're talking, she picks up your clipboard at the end of the bed and leafing through your records. She's nodding. Well, like I did explain to you yesterday, Dr. Haverley is based down at County General. He is due to call and do the rounds on the patients that he is that are assigned to him, of which you were one, as you know.
I do know.
So Dr. Haverley will be here tomorrow morning. To see, he'll be here to see you and be able to answer any of your questions.
I really need him to come here today, though. I need to, like I said, I want to discharge myself.
Oh well, I'm not. I don't think that's going to be possible, is it? Is it, Wendy? Not with all things taken into account. That doesn't sound like the best course of action, does it?
Maybe not, but I can't stay here much longer.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I get a moment, I'll put a call through to the general and see if I can get Doctor Haverly. Maybe he can speak to him over the phone.
Fine. Saying that,
Is there anything else I can help with at the moment?
Who's on tonight? Who's the nurse tonight?
Oh, it will be the other one that I immediately forgot the name of. It will be Mace Clayton.
Nurse Clayton.
At least until our shifts swap over at the end of the week.
Okay. All right. She's not going to be here too late, is she? Because I like my sleep.
No,
I don't want to be disturbing me. I'm really tired.
We usual changeover, 6 o'clock. Head nurse Mather is here as well, of course. She'll be here all the time.
Okay. Thank you, nurse.
Do you need anything to help you sleep?
No, I'm tired enough. I'm going to try and get some rest now.
Right, that sounds a good idea. You can get some rest then.
Yeah.
She turns around and she goes briefly checks the charts on Herman and Roberta's beds.
Yeah.
Is everything okay with you two?
Herman looks up from his book. I'm just tired. Yeah, just tired.
You're looking a little bit pale this morning.
Yeah, I just didn't sleep well. Just need to be left alone. I just need to rest. I'm okay, thank you.
Can I get you anything?
Painkillers.
Okay,
A headache.
What's your pain? What kind of pain have you got?
Headache.
Headache, and how would you rate that pain from 1 to 10? 10 being the most severe and 1 being very minor.
Oh, as if someone's drilled me in the skull.
Oh, that sounds quite severe, doesn't it? Very well. I'll see what I can do. And Roberta, are you okay? Is there anything you need?
I'm not okay.
Oh, what's the problem, Roberta? We seem to have a lot of complaints this morning on this ward.
Yeah, you've got a secret place in this hospital where there's like these weird plague doctors, and they do operations on us at night time. They drilled into the other guy's head, and they took my eye out last night. I really don't want to be here any longer.
Okay, do you want to speak to Dr. Drake about this, perhaps?
I want to talk to the fucking police. If you could phone them.
Okay, well, she just leafs through the rest of your record, your clipboard. Right, you try and get some rest, and Roberta, I'll see what I'll have a word with Dr. Drake and see what we can do for you.
I don't want to talk to Dr. Drake, and
no, that's okay.
Try to pull my eye out and throw it at her. I want my fucking eye back.
She's, oh, really, Roberta? And she like chases it across the floor, picks it up, and seems to be debating whether to put it back in for you. And she just like puts it in a glass on your bedside cabinet. Just, don't worry. I'll speak to Dr. Drake. You just have to speak to him. I'll see what we can do. It sounds like you all need a good bit of rest.
Will that make my eye grow back?
I don't think so, Roberta. It hasn't happened over the past 7 years, so I doubt it's going to happen now.
I'm telling you, it hasn't been 7 years, and if you're a fucking nurse, you know that I had an eye yesterday.
You do have an eye. It's in the glass on your bedside cabinet.
Right. Okay, well, if you're gonna be little to no use to actually me, can you get me some drugs, please?
Well, clearly we need something. I'll go and speak to Dr. Drake. Try and
No sedatives.
no sedatives. Okay, that's a change. Right. Well, you try and get some rest. I'll be back later.
Better get those sedatives. Maybe I'll have some extra later on. Just get them.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So yeah. So Nurse Dampier, she walks off.
I know a joke about a glass eye. Remind me at the end of the
as
game.
she is walking away, Herman, you get this strange. Maybe it's just there's a break in the clouds, break in the in the storm and the blizzard that's raging outside. Maybe like a bit of somehow some sun breaks through. But for a brief moment, there's this weird sort of halo effect around the nurse. You see this halo, not just around, but around the whole body.
Like an angel. Do you think she's
It's
the
like
angel?
this glow. There's like a glowing aura all around her.
That's a sign from God that she's a good guy and we should be looking at her for help. She's an angel in this hell. Anyway, I know a great joke about a glass eye. Remind me at the end of the game, lads.
So meanwhile, Ed, you head downstairs, down into the main area. Let's see, down into reception and towards the children ward. So there's obviously, like everywhere else, there's a nurse's station at the entrance to the children's ward. Oh, let's see, where are we? Right. Here we go. So you're approaching the children's ward, and the nurse looks up from the nurse's station. You're not familiar with her. She's not. You're not. Don't recognise her. I mean, she's on a different floor, so you don't have any dealings with them. Excuse me, Mister. Where are you going?
He's like, yeah, he's like, I'm feeling a bit lonely. I miss my my grandkids. I was wondering maybe some of the kids would like me to read them a story or something. Just to cheer me up, maybe cheer them up. I don't know if I need to roll for this or that's like a reasonable thing to this.
Roll for try not to come across as creepy.
The word that you can say is, hi, I want to go and read a book to a kid. I'm not a nonce. My automatically.
If you have to preface it with I'm not a nonce, you are a nonce.
I would imagine, as a rent-a-cop, he probably has got his DBS. So, but maybe not with him. But yeah, I can roll for like negotiation or the cop skills. I don't know.
He's the kind of guy that's he's a shopping mall Santa at Christmas.
If you want to use negotiation, I'll let that fly. So yeah.
Okay. So do I need to roll, or will they just let me in?
No. It's just because it's an investigative skill. So.
Okay, so I can use negotiation to come. Okay.
So yeah.
Blah blah blah. Okay, let's see how it goes. I've got some ability in it. Do I have to tell you if I want to use one of the dice before, or can I use the dice after?
If you want to spend an extra point, you tell me before. Tell me beforehand. If it doesn't get you anything extra, then you don't. You get it back.
Okay, then I.
But like I said, there's no dice. There's no dice roll for it because it's an interpersonal skill. One of the investigation.
Yeah.
So I just click on it, right? I don't need to do anything else.
Well, just yeah.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Did I do it right, or does that just
Yeah.
mean that?
No, that's
okay.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, you clicked on interrogation rather than
Oh,
negotiation.
sorry. Okay.
Listen, motherfucker. I want to teach these kids.
I'll sort it out. I'll sort it
I'm
out.
not a nonce, and I'll tell you why I'm not a nonce.
I'll put it right. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
you might have to fix that with your computer
yeah,
magic.
yeah. Where's it going? Interrogation, intimidation. Well, that should be right. Let's see.
It says my interrogation now says 01. I don't know if that is correct. Or if I need to refresh it.
Yeah, click on the full refresh. That'll do it.
Okay.
Because everything, all the other stuff should refresh anyway.
Yeah. No worries.
Anyway, okay, right, it's fine.
Okay.
Right. So, but yeah, like I say, you don't need to roll. It's just
It just happens. Okay.
yeah, yeah. They could do with something to distract them. The kids have been a little bit off colour lately.
Can I? Oh, is that how? I mean, I was like, obviously there's illness, but like anything else troubling them?
Yeah, they're being a little bit restless the past couple of days, but not been sleeping very well. A few of them have been having bad nightmares, and once kids get talking, it's contagious. So yeah, we're a little short-staffed, as you probably know. So if you're willing to go and sit and read them maybe a few stories.
Yeah, I'll read them. Ed's got a cunning plan. Martin has written a list. So, stage 1, trick my way into a kid's ward under nice pretenses. He's gonna try and find the Little Mermaid to read to them, because he's thinking if he reads the book, then he can trick them into talking about stuff that they might have lost. Can you see where the thinking's going? So that's what he's gonna do.
Like the eye.
Try and find the Little Mermaid, read it, and then be like, "Hey kids, have you ever lost anything important to you?
Like your legs or your tail.
Like your penis or your eyeball.
Your testicles or your eyeball. Aye, I see where you're going with this. I see the logic in it.
Yeah, he's going to read The Little Mermaid, and then hopefully the kids, and make small talk with them, and then. But he's going to ask them about have you ever lost anything that was important to you? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you spend an hour or so reading to the kids, and they warm to you quite quickly. They're obviously glad of the distraction. And you get the sense that they start to relax as you're reading this story, and you start chatting to them afterwards. And yeah, it's clear they're a little bit nervous. You get the impression they're a little bit nervous. They talk about nightmares, about strange doctors that come into the ward on a night.
Steal their eyes and shit.
And one of the little boys comes over and that's sat by the toy box. And he picks up one of the dolls from the toy box. He said they do bad things. And he's holding up one of the dolls, and it has got somebody's dismembered some of the other dolls and taped 4 arms around the actual arm of one of the dolls. So it's got on one arm it's got 5 arms, and another one has a hole drilled in its forehead. And as you're picking through them, there's one, you pick up one of pick up one of the dolls that appears to be intact. Like I say, all of them have either been dismembered, they're all their arms and legs pulled off, their heads pulled off, or there's one with a hole drilled in its forehead. This other one with 4 arms, doll's arms taped to one of its arms. But then there's one that appears to be intact. But as you pick it up, you can hear there's something rattling inside it.
Is it an eyeball?
You don't know. You could maybe take the head off and have a look inside.
Yeah, it sounds creepy enough. Yeah, I'm gonna rip the head off, manly, and shake out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as you're about to pull the head off this doll, and you notice a little girl like stood in front of you, kind of just suddenly stood there. Looks about 7 years old, long black hair, and she goes, "They mostly come at night." You see,
Yeah,
she's got a bandage. She's got a bandage around one of her legs. I don't like the nurses who come at night. They don't speak. And they sound funny, and then the fingernails are really sharp.
Yeah. Oh shit! Ed kind of wants to do like a kids jailbreak where he just like smashes the door down and gets all the kids to run out.
Kind of wanted to do it.
But... Yeah.
Let's go, kids. I'm fucking out of here. Say fuck us, Ed. Save the
Like,
kids.
Yeah. Okay, guys. It's the game out.
Forget us, man. Save
she
the kids.
holds her leg up and says, "My leg's poorly."
Oh, it's gonna start welling up a bit. He's like, what happened to your leg?
Oliver's gonna start.
I got a cut on my leg. They said my leg is sepsis.
Ed's gonna start. Yeah, he'll hold back the tears, but he's generally like, a bit. Yeah. He's like, don't worry. I was gonna say Daddy Ed. That sounds fucking creepy. Uncle Ed will try and sort it out. Daddy Ed sounds way bad.
Uncle Ed sounds a bit better, mate. Yeah.
Well, slightly better. I was like Granddad Ed. Nope. Yeah.
Nah, Uncle Ed sounds alright.
No, Officer Ed will sort it out.
Officer
Should have led with that,
Way
Martin. Should have led with that.
Yeah, I'm
You're
sure
a
the little...
policeman.
He's like, yeah, and he shows his badge. He's like, you can touch it if you want. He's like, yeah, this protects me from people doing bad things to me usually. So yeah, he's like, I'll you don't need to worry. Yeah, Officer Ed will keep an eye out on everyone tonight, so you guys can all have a good sleep.
Oh, that's good. My leg's almost better now. I hope I can go home soon. I tried to run away the other day, but all the doors were all gone except for the front door at the hospital. But that was locked with a big heavy chain. But it was the only door. I couldn't find any other doors. Just the front door with this big chain and this weird lock.
Oh, Ed thinks this is the smartest person he's met at the hospital so far. He's thinking he should take her with him.
And then this thing started chasing me, and it was all arms, and it caught me, and it was going to eat me. But then Dr. Drake found me and brought me back to bed, and he said it was all a dream, but it wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't. Dreams don't leave marks, do they?
Okay.
And
That's
she
interesting.
showed you. She pulled back the sleeve on a hospital gown, and shows you these look like these 5 bruises, evenly spaced bruises on a forearm.
Can I just ask her if she likes? What does she think of Dr. Drake? Does she think he's a nice person, or is she scared or normal, or yeah? What does she think?
No,
what
I
do
like
her and the
Dr.
other kids think of
I
him?
like Dr. Drake. He saved me from the arm thing, from the arm monster. So have you got Streetwise?
I did. I have
Surely, if
yes.
he's a cop.
Okay, so these marks on her arm, they look like they looked like she was like these bruises. It looked like she was grabbed and violently shaken by a strong adult.
Okay, yeah, I want to make sure everyone else gets to go. So I'm thinking the only thing on my list was talk to the kids because I want to report this back, and if I have to like burn someone's book or smash someone's glass eye or rip someone's hair out, I'm looking at you three. He's gonna make sure everyone gets ready because I'm guessing is this like what 3 o'clock-ish lunchtime?
It's coming. It's just coming up to lunchtime. In fact, as by this time, all the kids are quite jolly, and they're all running round. They're all like they're all wanting to see police badge, and they all start playing cops and robbers. Running around the children's ward, playing with them. And then the nurse on duty, she comes into the ward, and there's catering staff, and the dinner's served. And the nurse, she says, "Oh, thank you for this has made a big difference. Lifted the spirits." Before escorting you back out of the ward again.
The only thing I want to do is, if I can, I want to. Well, I don't know if you'll allow it. I want to try and steal an EpiPen, and steal a pot of coffee granules, because then we can just chow them down to not sleep. Or if anyone's got like some Coke, which I doubt I'm about to in a hospital, yeah, probably. So yeah, Coke, coffee granules, or an EpiPen, whichever.
Man,
you
you've
could
got plans.
probably,
I like it.
if you want some Coke or some coffee, you can probably get. Yeah, you can ask for that.
Now, are you talking about Coca-Cola or cocaine, Martin? Are you
Coffee
talking about this
granules
Coke?
and
You talking about this Coke or the
An
good Coke?
EpiPen, you would have to do a filching roll to try and steal one.
Okay, well, I'll definitely try and get a pot, like just the coffee. Yeah, coffee. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But
So,
I'll try and steal an EpiPen as well.
Okay. So if you want a jar of coffee, then that would be a filch as well. So
do I have to? So I can roll for it, right?
yeah, a filch is a roll. So you can spend points from your filch pool if you have them to add a bonus to it.
I will. So do I need to roll one for the pen and one for the coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just roll. I'm not going to add anything. I don't think.
Okay.
Okay. This is for the pen.
Okay.
We got
That's a fail.
3.
That's a fail.
I think you need a 4.
Not a bad fail, so there'll be no consequences. So maybe you just don't get. You wait for an opportunity when they bring the trolley out with the medication, and the opportunity never arises.
Right, I'm gonna add a point for the coffee.
Okay.
Which
yeah,
is
that's
a
fine.
4.
That's fine.
So I managed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a whole.
Yeah, you got a jar of a Nescafe. Yeah.
750
Okay.
grams of
It's
coffee.
decaf.
Yeah. Decaf still has caffeine in it because I researched.
Do you know what? If you didn't know if it was decaf, you would have 100% placebo effect. If you started eating coffee and didn't know it was decaf, the placebo effect would 100% kick in. If you didn't know it was decaf, you would get the caffeine buzz, 100%.
So we'll
what the
say that
placebo effect is.
you return up to Ward 3 around lunchtime, then where everybody the catering staff are serving everybody else lunch. So you're just in time to get your lunch. By which time Herman has finished reading his book, and Roberta has rested up for a little bit. She has been given some pills, which, despite not requesting it, she's been given some mild sedatives to calm her down. And you've been given some paracetamol, Herman, for your headache.
Good.
Because they always give you paracetamol first.
To be fair, it's pretty good paracetamol. There's like you can't go wrong with a couple of paracetamol and a couple of ibuprofen.
And it's not retail stuff that you get on the shelf.
Yeah, no,
anyway,
it is good shit like paracetamol. Let's not underplay how good it actually is. Like,
it is. It is about 12:30.
Toothache, headache.
It is about 12:30. 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 It is about 12:
Yeah, do we gain back some health from that rest then?
If you have rested or done pretty much nothing during that first morning, which I'm gonna let say it probably accounts for all of you, so you can. So that means that Ed and Wendy can have 2 health back as well.
Thank you.
Yay, for helping the kids.
Yeah, because you've been sat, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've not run, so 2
Yeah,
health
I've not
points.
left my bed.
I kind of want Ed. I just kind of want Ed to just.
I
bust
think
out
they should
kids,
get
like-
1 because they fucking did something.
You
Giving them
took
the
one.
same as us who lay in
I
bed
know,
all
aye.
day.
We
took
sacrificed
1
being
point
able to
to
do
get out
anything
of
to
it.
lay in bed, eh?
I took a point to get out of bed, though. I did have to sacrifice some energy.
I'll
True.
fucking
True.
take a health point off you by throwing my fucking eye at you in a minute.
Go for it. If you want to come on Ed, you come on Ed.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So we've rested up.
Yeah, so you've got the afternoon to do with as you please, which is
Yeah.
I'm gonna call everyone together, even Roberta, and tell them about the fucking kids and what and if they've got any
Oh.
ideas.
Sorry, I forgot. So inside the doll with the hair, with the rat, the doll.
Yeah, oh
So
yeah.
inside the doll, you pull off the head, tip it upside down, and a key falls out.
Oh shit! What does it look like?
It just looks like a generic little key, like a little cabinet key.
Can I ask the little girl who was talking to me if she knows what it is? Like, did she did you hide this, or one of the other kids maybe?
So one of the kids just said they just found it on the floor.
Alright.
Does it look like like a door key or like a
No, it's
locker
too small.
key?
No, it's too small. It's an old key. You know, like an old cabinet.
Yeah. So it's not like So
Not a Yale,
definitely.
the old school. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about so big.
And has it got any identification, like a symbol or?
No.
Okay, I'm
Nothing.
definitely pocketing it though.
Okay.
Definitely pocket it.
Okay. So when we're together, I'll mention the fact that the nurses changed shift at 6. So, did you manage to arrange a distraction?
No.
Forgot all about that. Eh? You had that massive plan and you forgot all about that little detail.
How the fuck are we going to get off this ward, Ed?
Well, it's like I could go back down. The kids love me. It's just like, Ed can stop. Yeah.
I would say you could do that as a preparedness.
Can I take Roberta's eye out and show it to the kids? I'm like, ooh, look at this. Look at you, the evil witch who lives on the 2nd floor's eyeball. Because you know the kids would go crazy for that.
They will.
But yeah, you could do it. You could do it as a preparedness role if you like.
Can I prepare the eyeball? Yeah.
Well, the distraction thing, yeah.
Distraction, okay.
So for the afternoon, I'm suggesting we get up to floor 3 because I want to see it again.
In the daylight, so before
Yeah.
yeah. So should I maybe have told the kids to all start screaming at I don't know, 3 o'clock or?
Yeah, you can wander around the.
We've got wandering privileges, so I'm just going to go to the stairwell, intending to, and I'll kind of float this. What if something's happening with his mind? I'm convinced something came in the room last night, but them scars are really old. That glass eye, everybody's convinced you've had it for years. What if you have?
This was last night.
We only think it was last night.
You saw them take us away last night. I didn't have
did.
this yesterday.
I thought I saw them take you away, but the evidence is that your scars have been with you for years. What's more likely, that we've misremembered it, or that somehow they can create scars that are years old? What if it has happened?
Yeah.
What if there's more things that we're kind of blocking out his brains?
Have we been here for years and we're on that much drugs that we just don't know about it? Have we been here for 10 years.
Possibly.
And we don't even know it.
Possibly, because I'm convinced I've seen this hospital before,
Herman's going
and
to
I've
look at...
never been here. I've
Herman's
never
going to
been
start
here.
looking in
But
something
this-
metal and shiny for a reflection wherever he can get a mirror. Do I have grey hairs that I didn't notice before, Phil? Or like lines under my eyes that I've never noticed before?
No.
Do I? No? Oh.
No.
So
Not
no
that
sign
you-
that
not
I've been
you
here for
noticed.
years and not noticed.
I mean, how long does it take to get lines on your face?
About
Yeah.
this long, same with grey hairs and a receding hairline.
But
Yeah, I think there's a possibility of that, but that's a shot in the dark. I don't know, and we can't tell anybody because they're gonna fucking lock us up.
But what?
All we can do is find something to
what
figure
is it-
out what's going on.
But then what is?
But we don't want to be in this ward come nightfall.
My thought is like, what does anyone have to gain by keeping us in here for years? Just to...
Dick and twisted fucking experiments.
Do you think? The only...
What did Dr. Frankenstein have?
Do you think they're keeping us here to keep the hospital open? Like, if they don't have us, the hospital shuts down. And
No, I think they're testing something. I think they're it's fucked up test.
I mean,
It's
I'll
not
tell you
been
guys
on the
that
record, is it?
I'm
From
gonna
what
tell
you
you guys
said.
the kids seem to trust Dr. Drake. I'm not saying that you should trust all the kids, but you know, I think they'd sense something if he was awful.
Jamming
Maybe we-
something through your eyeballs ain't going to be on the record. So no, they're not doing anything legal.
I'm gonna look through my record.
But if we
in a
can
lot
get
more
up there
bed,
and
actually.
find something, find some evidence. But there was some messed up stuff that even I can't explain. I'm talking like we saw 100 flaws, which is crazy. It's crazy. I can't even begin to explain why. But we did.
And the kids, one of the kids I spoke to said something really similar. So it's like a group, what's it called? Illusion? That's the wrong hallucination. Even
Group
like either it's a group hallucination in the entire hospital,
a
or
group
it's something-
psychosis.
Yes. Yeah. So
Which is the thing.
Yeah,
it's a
not
thing
just
that
us.
happens. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I think we should definitely go and check upstairs to see what it looks like now. And
Yeah.
then we need to formulate another plan because I think I don't want any of the kids to get more hurt. Like I said, if you saw them like getting what you guys had, but maybe worse, like
I agree. My theory is that we have been here a long time, and there's some kind of drugs that they administer at night that fucks up with his memory and makes us see shit that's not
And
there, and believe things that aren't sane, and you know, cover up memories of scars that we've had from whatever they're doing to us. But we've got to prove it. We've got to get up there.
and if they're doing this to kids, if they're doing these things that they're doing us to kids, we need to have it. We need to put a stop to it.
Exactly. It's like fucking Joseph Mengele shit.
Yeah, we need. To
and
put
if
a
it all
stop to
goes to shit, we should just set fire to the top floor and then they'll have to get everyone out. That's my backup plan.
That's it. So I'm
a
going to
good
get
point.
out of bed and spend a health and say I'm going up to level 3. If you want to
I'm gonna spend
that's
my health
fine.
and I'll get out of bed. I'm done. I'm saving these kids.
I'll if Herman gives me another med thing so I can get 2 more health points, I'll come with him because I'm pretty
Okay.
knackered.
Okay.
Can we do that again?
I'll spend a point on medic for you. There you go,
Okay,
chief.
so that means that okay. Right, I feel slightly better now.
Yep.
And Roberta, are you coming with us? I'll give you your eye back.
Gonna go find Dr. Drake because the nurse said that Dr. Drake was gonna be here.
Do we want to split into 2 teams?
Well, like, There's no point me going and seeing all the kids. They think I'm the Wicked Witch from the second floor.
We're talking about going to the third floor, though.
Prove that you're right. Yeah.
We're
Prove
talking
that
about
I'm
going up
not.
into the psych ward where we think you were taken.
Oh, I don't want to fucking go back there.
Don't you want to know what they've done? Don't you want to know where?
I know
where
what
they're
they've
taking
fucking
you?
done. I watched them cut him up, and I watched them put a fucking needle in my eye. You're the one that doesn't believe it happened.
I think it. I'm not saying it didn't
It
happen.
happened. Look.
I just don't think it happened the way that we think it did.
Well, you guys go and investigate, find that out. I'm gonna find Dr. Drake, and I'm gonna sort this out. If not, I'm gonna phone the police. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not staying in here for another night.
Roberta, if you do that, they're going to lock you up. They're going to take you to the third floor for definite. They're going to think you're insane. We need evidence. That's why I'm going to the third floor.
I'll give them fucking evidence. You watch.
I'm gonna go with Roberta so she can try and we can convince the Dr. Drake thing, and you guys should go upstairs.
I'll go with
I think
Wendy.
that would be a good plan.
Deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well. So, can everybody, bar Herman, remove your headsets for a moment?
Yeah.
So give you a thumbs up when you can put them back on. Okay. So, as you're looking at this conversation, you feel not a headache, but you feel like this pressure in your forehead. And then this weird sensation, almost like your eyes, your eyesight has got brighter and better in some way. You can't quite explain it even to yourself. It's just something, just a strange feeling in your forehead, and it seems like your vision is different.
And that's
somehow.
what that aura is.
Oh.
That's what I'm seeing these auras as, isn't it? It's
And
some new
you can
extended
see
vision.
everybody around you as these like halos, this nimbus of coloured light surrounding them. Not just the three companions on this ward. You see other people walking through about the hospital. You can see they've got these strange coloured halos, nimbus, this like aura around them, and each one's a different colour, and the colours shift in colour and hue and brightness, and it's almost like you can feel their emotions. And then you look at Ed and you see something else. You can see this glow, another glow coming from his stomach. And it's almost like an X-ray, but multicolored and glowing, and the colors shift and change. And in Ed's stomach, you can see a tangle of flesh growing into some monstrous fetus.
What? Oh shit!
Martin put his headset back on early.
Yeah, we can put your headsets back on, yeah.
Martin put his on early though.
Oh.
He had his on.
No, because I thought he did the action and I put him on, and I was like, and then I just turned the sound down, so I just turned some weird stuff out colours, and then I was like, oh, this isn't for me.
Yeah, you did go like this at one point where I was like,
Yeah,
is
so
that
I
it?
was
And
like,
then
yeah, sorry, I did, yeah.
And I heard two lines, and I was like, nope, I'm not.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I put the
Oh,
sound
shit.
down so I couldn't hear anything. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, I just heard something about colours.
Yeah.
That's the only
No.
thing I heard.
Everyone knows.
Do you think that might be a good
So yeah, we're
cliffhanger,
gonna
Phil, or is that
floor
too
three.
early? Sorry, Lee.
Hmm?
I was saying, do you think that'd be a nice cliffhanger, or is it too early? Have you got another one in mind, Phil?
I have another one in mind if
Perfect. It's getting late.
if we've got another half. We've got another half hour.
Yeah, we've got another half an hour, but it is getting late.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna floor 3. No problem.
I'm keeping a special eye on Ed now.
And there's if there's a change to Herman's character sheet as well.
Oh, is there? Oh no. Get ready for
We
this,
all know
viewers.
that Herman is the bad guy that we have to kill. So I'm glad that
He's
you know
got a
that.
third eye now, I bet.
Yeah, fucking Robertus that he's strapped on with a bit of solid tape.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Under technical, if you've not spotted it.
What the hell's technical?
On your abilities tab,
Yeah.
left hand side, under technical skills, under
Oh,
computer use and science.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's just for me and you, viewers.
Yeah. No idea.
So if you could, like I said, if you click on it, it'll give you, open it up and give you a description of it. Right. Okay. So Ed and Roberta are heading to Dr. Drake's office, and Herman and Wendy are heading up to the 3rd floor. So Dr.
Absolutely.
Drake's office is down on the 1st floor. So who wants to go first?
Still
Don't
reading
mind.
this.
We'll go. Well, I'll tell you what. Roberta's not done something for a while, so we'll go with going downstairs to the to Dr. Drake's office.
Can I ask Roberta if she likes jokes? Because I was gonna tell some like really old dad jokes about one-eye people. But I don't know if she's like in the mood for it. Roberta, do you think Chris would Roberta like jokes? Is she that type of person?
Likes jokes, I guess.
Okay, she tells you. I don't know any. I'm just you have to imagine that he told you a few jokes.
Ha 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 ha.
There you go. There you go. It's time to interact with you.
Okay. So you head downstairs to the reception area and across the hallway to Dr. Drake's office, and you knock on the door. There's no answer. You try the door. It is locked. As you stood there, the woman that works on reception, she looks over and says, "Dr. Drake's gone down to County Central."
Oh, well, that's not much use. The nurse this morning told me Dr. Drake would come and see us.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. I just work on reception. I just know that the doctor's he's gone down to see Dr. Haverley at County General.
So, is there any doctors in this hospital today, or is it just you and the nurses?
There's just the nurses. Yeah, there's only Dr. Drake here, until tomorrow at least, when Dr. Haverley's will be here as well doing his rounds.
Oh, okay. Well, I was also told to see the doctor and then head to the pharmacy. Could you direct me to where the pharmacy is?
So the pharmacy's it's on the 2nd floor.
I'm gonna have to go back up them stairs again. Oh, it's a bad time.
So while you stood there, Ed and Roberta's having this conversation, you notice the the door, the doctor's door, the lock on the door. It's like this old antique kind of brass door handle, and the door and the lock, and it looks amazingly similar to the style of the key that you found inside the doll.
So this is like one of the doctor's rooms, right? That we're not in. We're talking at reception, right?
Yeah.
we're
So
not-
you're
Mm.
so let me see. There's a floor. Be pulling it to the floor plan temporarily. So this is the doctor's office. This is the doctor's office, which you can see because it says doctor's office. This is reception. So they're kind of just talking across. So the receptionist, she's kind of come over, but once she's said that, once she's said a piece, she goes back to the reception. And you got the canteen, kitchen over there. There's admin offices over there, which you've been in, but there's nobody about really.
And I whispered to Roberta like I might have a plan because I'm like, you wanted to like put a complaint in with the police, right? Yeah. So I was like, I could help you initially argue with the receptionist, so that because I know all the cop stuff, so I know how to approach you reporting something, even though you're clearly insane. And then you could distract them, so that I could go in that room with this rusty key that one of the kids gave me. But I'll be obviously whispering this to her as well. Roberta, what do you think?
I can see how that might play out, and let's give it a go. So
Okay.
I want to go over to the receptionist and start to talk about how I want to go to speak to the police about malpractice and stuff, and then he assists me in saying loads of legal jargon that I have a case and blah 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 blah, and while the woman starts to get a little bit flustered because we're very convincing in our ways.
Yeah, we don't need to roll because we're that convincing. Just so you know that, Lee, we're that convincing.
Well, it would come under an investigation skill anyway, so so
Is
that
this
would
like
be
a joint one then? Because I'm letting Roberta take the lead, but if it starts to go sideways, I'm going to jump in with the cop stuff.
well, I would say that would be yeah, cop talk would perfectly would work, or
I'm going to let Roberta do it unless she doesn't have the skills, and I can.
bureaucracy. So she got Roberta's got bureaucracy, so that would also be
There you
perfect.
go. Go for it, Roberta. Come on.
Not violent bureaucracy.
Okay, so it's not a roll. That's it. It works.
Oh, it just happens. Great.
Yeah. So it just happens. So so what was your intention? What was your intention for this to happen? So the receptionist gets quite flustered. What was your aim?
She gets flustered and goes away to grab like documents and stuff like this, and get everything ready. So she's kind of like backed away, looking at the back, I guess.
Okay, so she so at this she says, "Oh well, I can get some forms from administration," and she dashes off into the administration office, leaving the reception unmanned, and pretty much nobody here at the moment.
Come on.
Can I use my key? Is it like
So,
quite?
No problem. So you use the key. It fits. It turns a lot. There's a click, and you're into the doctor's office.
Can I add one thing? Can I like look? I presume maybe the doors to the kids' ward are glass. In case the girl with the one leg's there, can I give her a wink and show her the key just before?
No, you won't be able to see her from here because
No,
you're all the way. You're all the way
that's
over
not a
here.
movie moment. Not a movie moment.
And like I said, it doesn't open immediately into the kids' ward. It's there's a nurse.
Fair. Okay, no movie moment. I just look at the door and scroll.
Well, maybe she's there. Maybe she's happened to walking around.
Yeah,
the kids can walk around as well. You know, they're like back and forth to the canteen. So yeah, maybe so. Why not?
Put the finger
Okay.
up.
So, and yeah, you slip it. So you slip into Dr. Drake's office, closing the door behind you.
I didn't really think this through because I have like no skills with paperwork.
No bureaucracy
So,
skill at all.
I didn't think the whole plan through.
So Roberta, as you close the door, take a moment, catch your breath. Maybe the adrenaline's, setting your heart pounding, which is always an enjoyable experience. And you spot exactly what you're looking for.
Great. I'm glad that I found it.
And I imagine you head straight over to retrieve what you want.
Great, I've just helped a fucking drug addict get what they want.
So Roberta disappears she goes over to this cabinet on the in one side of the room, leaving you to look around in this take in this office. It's a typical office, what you'd expect, a doctor's office, although it has some unusual aspects to it. One wall which isn't particularly unusual, but one wall is covered with certifications and qualifications. Do you have trivia?
Let me check. I'm not super smart. I've got one in bureaucracy.
Trivia. Do you have trivia?
Is that an academic?
It's one of the investigators. So be on the left hand side.
Let me check. What have I got? I don't think
no,
I've got
no. Oh, yeah. It's the academic trivia. So it's the third one. See it?
Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, I have. Sorry, at the bottom. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have a point in it. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, like I say, on one wall, it's covered with certifications and qualifications. But there's no class photos or personal mementos.
This is the moment where I need to tell you that I'm looking for something vaguely specific, right?
Okay.
It's kind of the situation where I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Any help from anyone else is greatly appreciated.
So while you're thinking about it, I'll continue to tell you the stuff that you both see. I mean, you're Roberta, you're focused, so you see this stuff, but you head straight towards the thing that you're after. But like I say, on one wall, there's all these qualifications, but Ed, you notice there's no class photos, no personal mementos. On a shelf behind Drake's desk, close to where Roberta's headed over, is a glass tank that is writhing with maggots, along with various curios and statuettes. Do either of you have anything in humanities or occult studies?
Nope.
I have both.
Oh, you have both.
Roberta, I don't
So
have any.
Roberta, so you, as you're like grabbing handfuls from inside this chilled cabinet. These, like I said, there's all these curios and statuettes on the shelf next to this glass tank that's full of writhing maggots. These curios and statuettes, they're all icons of healing and medicine from different cultures. There's a centaur who must be Chiron. There's an iron crutch of Lie of the 8 Taoist immortals, a painting of Isis restoring the shattered body of Osiris, and many more images of the healer's heart. There's also an extensive library of obscure and outdated medical books.
Okay.
So Roberta, you find some a nice handful of vials of morphine in this chilled cabinet.
Wait.
Is she Roberta, are you going to tell me about the weird little statues and shit? So
I think she's
Roberta,
probably
are you gonna share that
focused,
morphine?
otherwise focused at the moment. So there's a desk. There's a desk in the obviously there's a desk in the center room. There's like I said, the shelf is behind this desk. You can see there's a folder on top of the desk.
can I open it?
And yeah, of course you can. So inside the folder contains X-rays of hands and skulls.
Can I see if any of them are mine or my friends?
Do you have science?
No.
No,
Does
you can't
Roberta have science? She looks smart.
Roberta has science.
Come on, Roberta. Do your job. Come on. I'll bring you over. I'll show you the pretty pictures.
Let's fucking use all of my skills in this one fucking room.
Yeah.
Okay. So
While you're slapping your wrist and putting the little thing on it, the little band, I'll show you the pictures.
I don't think I would be foolish enough to take it in the middle of the office because it's not gonna be a good result if that happens.
No.
So I think I would have enough restraint to know that I'm wanting to take this back to the room. So yeah. Once Ed like fucking points me in the direction of the skulls and shit, I'm gonna examine that with my magnifying glass I keep in my jailhouse pocket.
Excuse the magnifying glass in our prison pocket. That's disgusting.
Okay, so like I say, you recognise these all these statuettes and things. Like I said, the various representations of images of various figures of from history and legend and mythology to do with healing. But you also notice amongst all these old medical textbooks, there's one of them appears to have been misfiled. It seems, like out of place amongst the others.
What one is it?
So it's got you don't see a title a title on it at all. It looks to be picking it up. It looks to be some kind of German textbooks.
If I read it and use history,
no,
would I be able to tell?
No, you need languages. It's other than it's some kind of
do I
textbook.
need languages? Do I?
Yeah. Oh, have you got languages?
I've got languages.
Oh wow!
This man's got all the skills.
More on the run. Come on, finally. Roberta's been saving it up.
Okay, so
do you see now why I wanted to go to the doctor's office?
so
yeah, that's why I helped you. I got the psychic thing you said to me.
You got the key.
Yeah, I got the key.
Okay, so yeah, you sort of start leafing through this book. Like it's an old German medical textbook, maybe from the last century, and it actually turns out to be quite sort of mundane, nothing particularly interesting about it. But as you get to the last few pages in the book, a yellowed, curling, black and white, fading black and white photograph falls out from the back pages of the book onto the floor.
Well, I'm glad that you used fucking languages to read a boring book to get a fucking photo. So, because it's an old photo, can I use history to inspect?
You can. You can.
Hey.
You can. You,
I can. Wow.
5 in a row. Let's go.
You can. You're on a roll. So yeah, you pick. So Ed, you see this photo drop onto the floor, and so either one or the other of you picks it up, and Roberta, you look at it, and this picture. It's a photo, like I say, on this photograph, it's of a strange heart-shaped lock on a massive chain. And it takes it's something. There's something about this photograph that it looks that feels familiar. Not to you personally, but you feel like you've seen it before. And then you realise that the setting of the chain in this photograph is attached to the inside of the main door of the hospital. In this photograph, the photograph is of the hospital, the front doors of the hospital, the inside of the front doors of the hospital. Although there's no chain, you know for a fact there's no chain on that door, on that there now. But this is weirdly, it's a photograph of the inside of the front door of the hospital. Of this strange heart-shaped lock on a massive chain. And as you look at it, Ed, you maybe glance over it as well. You remember the little girl in the children's ward, Beth. She mentioned something. She said she'd seen a heart-shaped lock on the front door of the hospital.
I've got my little list ready. So while Roberta's being all academic, can I look for guns, knives, EpiPen, keys that open doors to any doors in the hospital, skeleton key, car keys, ambulance keys? That's my list.
Okay, so
Very specific. I love it.
So I think we'll switch to the third floor. So meanwhile, Herman and Wendy, you make your way to the third floor
Upstairs.
of the hospital. So in the west wing is Ward 4, the psychiatric ward. Around the central area, just outside the lift, 4 disused operating theatres.
I try and take the route that I took last time, thinking where it was. So going up the stairwell.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, so you come up the stairwell on that side then. And you walk into that hallway, you come to that T-junction, the hallway to the left, it goes down towards the psychiatric ward, and to the straight ahead, it goes round the outside and leads to the central area where the lift and these old abandoned operating theatres are. And there's no sign of the strange corridor and this other staircase that you've found.
No scabby walls, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's no scabby walls.
No.
Is there?
No.
I'll say this is crazy. These were like rusted, and it were like blood on the walls.
There's nothing there, Wendy.
I came just last night.
It was last night. This is the thing, Wendy, because I thought this happened to me last night.
Yeah, I'm not sure it is.
I don't think last night was last night.
So what? How come? Is it the drugs?
It must be the drugs.
So I'll have a look or kind of examine the floors for evidence of like wheel marks on gurneys getting taken up to these theatres, particularly the disused theatres, because obviously they've been operated on. So it's logical to assume if they were going to a theatre, it'd be one of these.
Looking for signs of, like, are the doors dusty? Like, are the floors dusty?
Yeah.
Are the doors dusty? Or is there signs of
all
like,
that kind
life?
of stuff.
So the doors are all locked. Let's see. Where's Wendy? So but you do find faint marks that could be wheel tracks heading into this through the doors, the locked doors of this operating theatre.
Right. So they have used them recently.
Or something's been in and out of there recently, anyway.
Yeah. Nightmare. Right, okay. Let me have a look at my investigation skills.
So while Wendy's like stood there pondering, you glance Herman, you glance back and forward, and then you turn back to look at Wendy, and as you do, you're almost completely overcome by a sudden sense of overpowering vertigo as you look at Wendy, and this weird visual effect as she seems to stretch like copies of her, suddenly like stretching off into the distance away from her, and the bear behind her disappearing through the walls, and the walls around you seem to suddenly like stretch out into infinity. And you see Herman suddenly stagger against the wall and like start to like balk and like as if he's going to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, try and help him. Herman. Try and get a bowl from somewhere. Call the nurse if I need to.
I'll try and like
Okay, so,
stagger to
yeah,
a
so
wall
they-
so that I don't fall over, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, a nurse comes, hears the commotion and comes running from the nurse station on the psychiatric ward.
Yep.
Oh,
To obviously tell her my friend's not well.
which ward are you from? She checks his bracelets. All right, let's get you back downstairs.
Yeah. I'm gonna try as we're kind of helping down. I'm gonna see if she's got like keys on her,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna try and filch them.
Okay, give us a filching roll then.
Yeah.
So yeah, as they're helping you down, so they help you into the lift, and as you reeling around, this dizzying experience as you feel like you're looking backwards and forwards in time, all at the same, all at once, and you'll glance round, look up again, and wish you hadn't as you look at Wendy and this nurse, and they look like a bizarre temporal centipede stretching off into the past and the future, these multiple infinite copies of them.
Okay.
Just like this concertina opened up of like multiple copies of the nurse and Wendy, and you kind of just becomes too much, and it just black out. Give it a filter roll. Oh, you got filter. Oh, wow. So yeah, you lift a bunch of keys. You're not sure what they are, but you get a bunch of keys from a pocket.
Yep.
And
Stone down my bra.
so yeah, so the nurse from the psychiatric ward, she escorts you downstairs and hands you over to Nurse Dampier on your ward. It's like, oh, again? Really? You two?
We were just walking. We were just taking air. We weren't doing anything.
Right, help me get him back into his bed.
I thought it'd help him. I'm sorry. I thought he needed some air. Obviously help him back in.
Okay. So meanwhile, in the office, you You turn over the rest of the office and you can find none of these things you're looking for.
Ugh.
I guess I was going to ask for a cell phone, but I already presume there would be no like phones.
No, there's no cell phone.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any cell phone.
Anybody who did come into the hospital with a cell phone, it was confiscated because the matron, the head nurse, does not allow cell phones on the wards.
Yeah,
No.
I thought as much.
God forbid you talk to your family, eh?
There is a payphone on the ward where you can, as she regularly points out to anybody who complains, there's a payphone on each ward, so you can
Payphone in
call
2024, that is a con.
Love it. That's how the world's going, mate. We'll be lucky if we get in a hospital like this next year. Can I look at the I'm guessing, would I know? I presume the maggots don't look like medical maggot. They're like, like rotting.
They could well be, yes.
No, I'm thinking
These
more like they are, eh?
looking at these looking at these textbooks, like I say, all these textbooks, these books on the shelves around this case, they are all to do with old, dated medieval medical practices.
Like maggots and
So
leeches.
the maggots. So the
Good
maggots aren't as creepy as we first thought. They're like, they could be just, they could be medical maggots as opposed to just like creepy.
Could be.
As opposed to eating a brain in a jar.
Yeah, like that's what I meant. So like human body covering maggots, or like clean maggots. I don't know, in a doll's house. I don't know. You eat maggots. I don't know, a nice dollhouse with furniture.
It looks they're not all squirming over some rotting flesh, but yeah, they could. It seems quite feasible. There could be maggots for medicinal purposes. Yeah, to eat out rotten flesh on a wound. It seems to be. It seems to tally with these. This interest
The stuff that he
in
reads.
outdated practices that the doctor seems to have.
So I guess I guess we won't even have that long in the office, right? I'm talking like 5 minutes, or it's going to get a bit dodgy, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we're not gonna. I might try and, I guess, grab a book for Herman. I don't know, like, so he can. There's the German book, right? But then Roberta already translated it, or knows what it's about.
Yeah.
Can I like steal it anyway? Was it useless though, Roberta?
There's nothing.
Okay,
nothing.
I was gonna say, I might try and just steal a random book to give to Herman because I think it'll appreciate the magical knowledge or whatever that'll be in the book.
Okay.
Any random book.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So you take a book, and you're gonna leave the doctor's office then? Just like slip out while you still got time.
So there's nothing on my list. So
No.
I'm
afraid
happy. Not. Roberta, anything else you? I mean, I'm giving Roberta a proper bad cop look of disappointment that she's probably got like I don't know how many bottles of morphine or.
Yeah, she got a pot. She's got a fistful of ampules of morphine.
But I mean,
oh, fuck your book.
Yeah,
I want that.
Can I use research to see if there's anything specific about amputation or like within all of the books and stuff? You're saying there are outdated practices, like specifically if I was looking for that?
I would say, I mean, obviously to go through the, in detail, it would take a long time. But at a cursory glance, with research, there's probably books that deal with, sort of older, outdated practices of surgery and amputation and things like that, cranial surgery, all kinds of things like that. But it's right back to sort of Middle Ages practices.
Well, I want to take that with me then.
Well, there's lots of that. Like I say, you can grab one of
there's
them.
lots of
Yeah,
different
so
ones.
all these books. Yeah, that's all these books that's what they're all about. All these different kinds of things, all these different outdated medieval, sort of old
Is there
medical practices.
specifically one that looks a bit better, like well read?
No. No.
Can I take the one that's at the top of the pile?
Yeah, if you want.
Right, that'll do then. I'll take that.
Okay. You're gonna slip out. You're gonna slip back out then before.
Yeah, we're gonna slip back out before
You get
before
rumbled.
the yeah.
The receptionist.
Yeah, so when we come out, is the receptionist back at her desk?
So I will say that when you slip back outside into the standby reception desk, and she reappears a couple of moments later with some paper with the forms that you've requested to file an official complaint, and she hands you the paperwork and a prepaid envelope to send it off.
Oh, bless.
Great. Kind of hoping she wasn't going to be back at her desk yet.
With a
She's going to have
third-class
a wee
stamp.
look around her desk.
So there's nothing really to see. I mean, it's literally just like reception desk. So she's got a phone and maybe like the just a directory for the building kind of thing.
I don't want to say anything about hospitals nowadays, but there's a lot of unlocked computers.
Yeah, unfortunately, this hospital doesn't have many mod cons at all.
Okay. Well,
Even as you found out the other day, in the records in the administration office, it's all like filing cabinets, all like paper, just physical paperwork rather than
Typed
on a
up on a
computer.
typewriter or done on a
Yeah.
computer and then printed out old school.
Well, not even that. It's literally just all handwritten and typed paperwork.
so I'll turn to Ed and I'll be like, I think we should head back to the room now.
Yeah, Ed's getting a bit mashed up with his head because it's like he just thought maybe it's like some hallucination, but the whole there's no computers, no cell phones, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm guessing all the toys aren't current ones. There's no X-Men or
Oh no.
current Spider-Man toys. I'm guessing.
Yeah, there were all the toys in the box were like all mainly old like dolls and wooden trains.
Wooden horses and trains and stuff.
Yeah. What was
But-
the current Barbie model? What is it? Like the one with the massive boobs that like pointy?
But not even that. Just generic, generic ugly.
I
little
can't even.
chubby-
It was wearing Hugo Boss. That kind of Barbie.
Because I was like, maybe Ed could use his trivia to figure out what decade it was on the Barbie that they had.
What year it is by
but-
which model Barbie was out.
So you can easily check. There's probably a newspaper around. You can probably easily check what the date
Oh
is today.
yeah, I got the. What does the newspaper? Because I got the newspaper just because I know everyone wants to go to bed. What does the date say on the newspaper? Because you
It
said there was
is the
newspapers.
28th of October, 2024.
Oh, so it does say today's
And
date.
does it have like I don't know? Do the articles make sense?
Yeah.
Like, is it talking about like current? What we would think is okay.
Yeah.
That really fucked my head up. But I'll take them a newspaper just to fuck everyone's ideas up
Yeah.
as well.
I was half expecting that to say something else actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's,
that's what I was like,
there's probably follow-up articles on stories that were running before you that were running before you were admitted to the hospital. So yeah.
Have they got chicken Kiev in the canteen? Because then I know it's at least 1970s onwards.
Chicken Kiev.
I
Chicken
don't think
Kiev.
so.
Is that what we're going back?
Well, if it was like gruel or something, you'd be like Victorian times. But yeah, nah. Okay, that's Ed and Martin said cannot comprehend anything else.
Okay. So, so you return to Ward 3. We can.
No,
Oh,
I just said that just so that the receptionist thought we were going back to the ward. So you said there's no one else in the hospital.
no, there were people in the hospital. There was no one else. There was no one else in this around the reception area.
Okay, so as we come up in the lift onto the floor of Ward 2 and 3, is there anyone on this floor?
There's nobody immediately out here.
Okay, so Ed,
Obviously this is all locked up. This the East Wing, the operating theatres and the X-ray room, they're all locked up, and then through the doorway you got the corridors that lead to Ward 2 and 3, where the nursing stations will be. But this area immediately out here is there's nobody about.
Ed, just out of curiosity, could you try your key on that ward?
Okay, yeah, we'll try it. I'm guessing it doesn't work. Does it?
That is something I am going to have to look at.
You said this key was like rusty.
Oh,
and said it was...
it does. Yeah, so
Oh.
you go through the keys, and one of the keys fits the lock. It does indeed.
Is that a good cliffhanger?
We can.
You got something scary to get people coming back.
The fucking mysteries are all about to be fucking solved in the next one. That's why you gotta come back.
Yeah, that's perfect there. Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, you've got. Between you, you've got some keys that'll get you through. Open up the East Wing.
Oh, the East Wing.
So, shall we say you go back to then you go back to your warden for your tea then, and we'll pick it up next time, I guess. We can maybe make a brief evening foray around the hospital.
Yeah.
If your health's going to stand up to it.
I've got my whole jar of coffee. Can you add that to my sheet, please, in case it saves the day?
It's
Right.
important.
Take
It's
it.
important.
Yeah, we do need the keys adding on as well, because we might not remember that we've got them.
Yeah, what's the logo on the Nescafe jar? Because then I can work out what year it is.
It is a current jar of Nescafe.
Current generation Nescafe.
Oh dear.
Right, say goodnight to YouTube, boys, and then we'll go and arrange a date for part 3.
Alright.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Cheers, Phil. Cheers, boys. Good night, viewers. We'll see you in a couple of weeks for the next one.